And we're live. Hi, everyone. I am Nick.
And I'm Maria.
And welcome to Full of Brick.
You're so full of brick.
The Philly Brick Fest 2016 recap edition.
Not to mention, Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, thanks.
So we didn't do Full of Brick last weekend just because
we were in Philadelphia.
We were in Philadelphia. And it
you
was
would
just
think that
crazy.
they would have one of these cool mugs from Philadelphia. Come on, Philadelphia.
They had a streaming area, but then it was really for the Brick Show.
It was really the Brick Show streaming area.
And I know some other channels did their live stream. I know Thick and Bricks. They did
Hauling and Balling.
Hauling and Balling, but they just did it out of their own
booth
Wi-Fi.
Oh, I see.
And we're Canadian, so we don't have the American.
We don't want to buy Wi-Fi.
Yeah, well, it wasn't their Wi-Fi. It was their own
3G.
data.
Yes.
Their own data. So we just decided to do a longer one today.
So lucky.
So it's going to be a long one.
But we don't know how long.
A lot of things to talk about.
Yes.
So
but can you believe it's already like Sunday again, given that we've already had a whole week back home?
Yeah,
kind of.
It went by quick.
It went by quick. Although I felt like when we were there in Philly Brick Fest, time seems to go at a slow pace. Did you feel slow? Like when I was hanging out with Mama Nurse from Building with Dada and Riley,
Yes.
Samantha, we're like, what time is it? What time is it? We're like in this twilight zone of like, oh, it's 2 p.m. Or do we go, oh my God, it's 2 p.m. Like,
was
how did
this
that
on
happen?
the Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, Sunday?
I don't know. All of the above. We would hang out where there's a small nook of Lego books from DK Books.
Or the
and
Fat Boys.
there's some Fat Boy lounge, I don't know, pillows. So,
so you call it Fat Boy too?
I don't know. I just call it Fat Boy because you called it Fat Boy.
Okay.
I don't know if that.
I just heard
that.
I heard it was called Fat Boys, and that was.
I want some. They're kind of cool, but then I don't know.
I refer to them as bean bags.
Sure, it kind of feels more beanie bag.
Yeah.
But yeah, we felt like it was a time warp where we'll get there after breakfast and then we'll chat and we'll go around, play some games and activities, and it does become full. And then all of a sudden we're like, "What time is it?" And like, it's just there's no sunlight in this warehouse. The doors are open and whatnot, but there's just no sunlight streaming, and you really get lost in the time.
Yeah, but there have been a bunch of recaps already. I know that Jeremy and Andrea did a recap on their Port City Bricks.
Yep, No More Bricks has his day 2 already.
I mean, like recap live stream.
Oh, okay.
Where it's similar to what we're doing right now. Thick and Bricks did one. Yesterday during the Asian Pacific stream.
Yeah.
There was a recap where basically Go for Bob was peppering Andrea and Jeremy with questions about Philly Brick Fest because a lot of the Aussies.
Yeah, I did hear them. I actually went on that quickly.
Oh, you saw it? You saw it?
I'm like, hey, how come Nick's not on this one?
Oh, you mean the Saturday stream?
Yesterday morning.
The morning one, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Saturday stream, I fell asleep.
Oh.
So I wasn't able to jump on.
Nobody's watching us because nobody knows we're in this special weird time.
Oh, it's okay.
5 p.m.
They'll catch it later.
Okay. So recapping, I mean, I was off all of last week, still on vacation. I have to say vacation was very nice to start off with before going on this road trip. I feel like I was well rested and not harried. Although I wish I had more days after to vacation, but
how was your packing for Philly Brick Fest?
Packing was okay. I was getting a little nervous there because I wasn't sure if we were actually going to fit all of us and all of your brick mocks and all of our things that we need.
Yeah, I brought a bunch of, I call them totes. You don't like to call them totes. But I got,
because a tote to me is a soft surface item.
The big ones over there with the red lid. So that's where I stuck Ducky Momo and I stuck a bunch of Tristan's figures.
And you bought a bunch of peanuts too so that they won't be displaced. Yep.
I used 2 of the flats, the ones where you keep your purses.
Yeah.
So that fits exactly a 48 by 48 base plate.
Oh, what a great.
So I know, it's like it was made for Lego.
Yeah.
And so I stuck with Smalley World and Smallville in those. And then I had 6 medium-sized totes and 2 small totes. And they all fit nicely in the van.
Yes, they did.
There's a little nook there in the van to kind of fit them in. And so that was able to slot in.
Yes.
The boys had their own suitcase.
Yeah.
So all 3 of them had their own suitcase.
And it's getting more challenging as Tristan's getting bigger. When they were all babies, it was really easy to stuff all of their clothes with my clothes. But now that Tristan's pretty much my size, well, it's like adult clothes really already. But I was still able to.
Did you overpack for them?
I always overpack. Now, I know I'm getting ahead of myself. One of the best parts of this hotel was they had laundry service.
Yes.
Hey, Kelly.
Hey, Kelly.
And I mean, laundry service where it's self-serve, but if I don't have to do laundry when I come back home, it's a huge bonus. And they give me my little Tide Pods and all that stuff. But I have a whole different story.
So is this one of the only?
I have never noticed it before anywhere. Usually, like when you walk into a room in the closet, there's always like a laundry service where they charge per item. So they'll probably charge like $3.99 to like wash a shirt. Really, I don't want to.
This one was free.
This was free. Well, I mean, it's not free that you have to. It's $1.75 in quarters.
Oh.
For the wash, $1.50 for the dryer. But if I can do that and work out and have clean clothes, because yes, I usually tend to overpack. Happy Mother's Day, Kelly, too. I hope you were spoiled. And hi, Mini Bricks. I usually overpack, which is to say, you know, with Nick, I'm like, did you pack enough underwear? And he's like, well, we're there for like 5 days, so I'm bringing 5 underwear. So I guess an adult male shouldn't have any accidents.
Well, didn't you have a story with, you were talking with Fick and Mrs.
Yes,
and it's the same thing.
I was talking to Mrs. Fick and Bricks, and she's like, so yeah, he usually packs for himself, and then we'll have this conversation where it's like, did you pack enough? And he's like, what? We're only there for 5 days, so I have 5 underwear.
Exactly.
And I know, and that's the thing, right? Like, why this washing?
You think we're gonna soil our underwear?
You never know. What if you go into like a Lego skirmish and they put you in vats of Lego, and your I don't know, your opponent has to find Lego in you, and then suddenly there's I don't know. Anyhow, I know it's also we're across Target, so you know there's always extra clothes there. But in my head, I'm always thinking if I don't pack enough, I know there's somewhere to buy. But yes, this washing and drying was my favorite, and I love the location of this hotel. It was just there.
But I heard there was 3 hotels.
Yeah.
And so the Hampton was right beside our hotel.
And they had breakfast?
And they had breakfast.
Well, this one feels nice and new and clean. I'm okay with that. I mean,
because the one we stayed on last time was a totally different one, which was a drive away, but it wasn't the Hampton, and it also had free breakfast.
Oh.
So maybe
Hamptons. But we only went for this because it was the link that was available on the Philly Brickfest website.
A few people did the Hamptons. It was
TMX?
I think TMX and Tiffany, and also Kevin from Bricking It Up.
Oh, okay.
And maybe even the Philly Brickfest people, like clutching.
So they give a hotel for everybody else who wants to come, but then they're going to another hotel.
I'm not sure about that.
Hey, for me, it's all about the rates. I mean, yes, I like the size of the hotel last year better with the small kitchenette and it's like a suite basically, where Tristan had his own, I don't know, boy room, right? And then we had the other babies. But in the same vein, I really like how it was close. So I don't know, maybe we can play up with Hampton in next year and go, hey, we're being offered this amount for Hilton. Is there any way you can price match?
No breakfast was okay because
we
had a microwave.
Yeah.
Where I think I heard the other place doesn't have a microwave.
Oh,
or
I remember the Hampton had a microwave too.
No, but not the one.
Oh, the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just like the fact that it was close, and it was also across the Target.
Yeah.
So it was all really well, because I had to take Hayden back for a break too, especially when it became public event days. I had to take Mason and Hayden out, just knowing that they probably wouldn't have the staying power with all the crowds, and we can't have them gallivant,
Kelly says thanks, by the way.
Oh, you're so welcome. I know I had such a great conversation. We did. So hopefully we will have better conversations next year. So we started off. So I was able to pack my clothes in one duffel bag, and we kept like soft bags. Usually when I travel, I have these hard cases.
I had a soft bag too.
And I gave him my gym bag.
Yeah, everything fit there. It was good.
So thank God I had a washing in my.
So the plan was to leave at 3 on Thursday morning, and we actually left at 2:15 a.m. So even earlier, which is weird. Well, I woke up at 1 a.m.
Well, I thought we were going to leave at 2, so it was kind of weird that you're like, oh, we're awake at 1:30. We have to leave at 2. I'm like, in my head, you were leaving at 2.
I thought we were leaving at 3.
And the thing, though, is I'm already an owl to begin with. Like, I don't sleep.
Did you even get sleep?
No!
You're so excited.
I was so excited.
Why were you so excited?
I don't know. And then I get there and I'm like, okay, have fun. I'm in Philadelphia. I don't know. I just feel like any road trip, right?
Yeah.
I had to. But that said, I couldn't really drive as much. I usually drive everywhere and anywhere, wherever we go up, because I have really bad car sickness. So I need to feel like I have control.
Yeah.
But in any case, you drove most of it too on the way there.
I started the trip.
Yeah.
So I started driving.
And you were okay?
Yeah, I was fine.
And
I got to the border, and then we switched off because Maria's better with the border.
Yeah, because I'm cute.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if I'm cute, but I don't know. I just give them the passport. And it's funny because the guy is like, where are you guys going, Philadelphia? What are you guys going there? Lego. Really? You guys are going to go all the way to Philadelphia just for Lego?
He doesn't know.
Yes.
He doesn't know that.
I'm like, I'm sure you play with Lego. And then that's the thing, right? With these border people, once you start having a cute conversation with them, They're like, go, leave. Here's your password.
They don't want to
Bye.
make small talk.
So I'm so good with small talk. If it was Nick, we'd probably be there for like 30 minutes because he'll be asking him, what do you do for a living? When was your birthday? All that stuff.
Yeah.
And Nick would just be giving him like straight answers and yeah.
But so we ended up getting there at 11 a.m. in the morning, which
is like good. 10 hours. What is that? 9?
8 and like.
Yes, we had a couple of stopovers.
But a lot of people were already there. A lot of YouTubers.
Yeah, some were arriving before.
Yeah, a lot of people got there on Wednesday. For example, well, Port City Bricks, bricking it up. They went to Disney World.
I know, that's so cool.
There was a picture of Jeremy and Kevin
looking at the Mickey Mouse and Disney sculpture.
They were mimicking that picture.
And at first I looked at him like, who's who? Like I wasn't sure if I didn't realize Kevin was that tall.
So it was a convoy because they met up with Bricksmith, Brittany, and Emily, and they all met up at, I guess it was Jackson, or I don't even know, like after Jacksonville.
Yeah.
But they headed towards Cool Kid Bricks' house because they were gonna have dinner. At James's.
So I didn't know who Cool Kids Brick was.
Oh, you thought it was a cake?
In my head, I'm like, oh, that's so nice that Cool Kids' parents are gonna let them in and make them food. That's so nice.
Did you meet him?
I did, but I didn't realize that was him. Okay. And I think some people were saying, I think even said that's Cool Kids. It didn't register. I'm like, I was looking for like a little kid.
A little kid.
I'm like, oh, is that his dad? Where's his little kid?
That's funny. He's a co-host on Bricks on Bricks Off.
Oh, I didn't realize he was that other Asian.
He's part of the Asian crew.
I had no idea.
But they had dinner at Cool Kid Bricks' house.
Yes.
And it was authentic Japanese food. And they actually did a live stream. It a live stream Bricks on Bricks Off where they were having dinner at the table and they had the camera all set up so you can kind of be a fly on the wall.
Oh, that's cool.
And just listen to them converse. And then they showed some Instagram photos of them in the basement looking at Cool Kids City.
Oh, okay.
And it looks bigger than it does on the live stream.
Sorry, where were they located? They're just outside of Philadelphia?
Near Herald, actually.
Oh, Washington.
So I'm not sure if it's Washington or Maryland, somewhere around there.
Okay.
So they were there. And then while I was actually watching the stream, Harold was messaging me through Instagram back and forth because he got there already.
Yes.
And he was at the convention center.
With Bricks for Chris.
Yeah, they were building.
Bricks for Chris was a last minute.
Yeah, I think I heard that
trip.
It was just decided on the Friday that he was going to come in.
Which was good that he was there because he brought a mammoth building.
Yeah, he brought his huge building. But Harold was Instagramming me, showing me pictures of him and Bricks for Chris building architecture sets.
Yeah.
And he was asking me if I wanted him to save a spot for me, it might fill up. So I'm like, yeah, get a spot right beside you. So he got a spot beside us. So
like that was a question.
So that was cool.
I don't even know what Vape Nation is. Am I out? Like,
so
what was this? I don't get it.
So you know those when smoking they have those where you can smoke with the fake. It's not. I guess it's like for people who want to quit smoking or
the electronic cigarette.
So there on YouTube, there's this guy who's kind of like making fun of it, and then he was doing all this Vape Nation stuff.
Is that vape then? That thing?
Yeah. Well, it's that whole. It's like hashtag Vape Nation, hashtag the fattest clouds, which is like the big puff of smoke.
Oh.
So Harold just likes joking around with that stuff.
Okay. Mystery solved for me. I keep
his gang signs.
I know.
But I kept on doing Nation Vape because I kept on doing it reverse. So I was
like going, you are like Bricks No More.
I'm supposed to go this way.
And Harold is
like
just Bricks.
I was going that way.
Oh, which is still a V, you know.
I was going NV.
Oh.
NV. Oh. What else?
So we got there at 11, and like you said, like when we got there, we weren't sure which would be the real entry, right? Because all we know was it's a bit bigger, but we didn't know if it was from the same entry that we had last year versus another doorway, but it was the same. This time the hallway was double, like the hall forum, okay? Because before they had like the main room and then a room adjacent to it. So it was kind of hard to see each other. I mean, this was kind of hard to see, but it's like really the hall and then the hall beside it. And then the hall beside it, which is a new add-on, really had most of the activities, like the derby races, the
hands-on stuff,
the red bricks pool, and they even had, and in the main room, it's all the showers and also the consumers or the sellers. And then right in between it, they had like a stage forum area where we did all of our activities. And again, like it's really nice to go when it's the AFOL 2 days. So, you know, you get to adjust to the space. The kids get to run around free. And
it's actually a really good business model, because when the public comes in, they see all the mocks, so they get inspired.
Yes.
The kids get inspired, and they go into
what
the
can
next.
I make with Lego?
They go into the next room, and that's where all the activities are. Where the red brick pit is, where they can build. They have a white architecture thing where they can build. They have a space station and a city station.
And then all the sellers are like, well, these are the sets that you can buy to build Lego with.
Yeah, so exactly. So
and then there's also other brickless stores there who have like.
While the kids are building, the parents are just waiting around watching them, and while they're waiting around, they can walk around and see the things to buy.
Yes.
And so that's like a cool business model where the parents end up spending money while the kids are playing. Yeah. They also had that mosaic floor.
That's right, which was
so
Darth
again,
Vader.
like if someone contributes to the floor, they have to wait until it's all done if they want to see the end. And while they're waiting, the parents again could buy.
Yeah, but I mean, there were also other performers out there. There was Ghostbusters, Ecto. There was also Star Wars, right? So there's R2-D2. There was Chewbacca. So
they had Back to the Future.
They had Back to the Future. $10 for a photo. We didn't quite do that one.
They had Jurassic World.
Yeah. So I mean, they really try to up it with all the themes that Lego has also catering to.
So so when we first got there, the first person we see is Harold. And Port City Bricks and
and they were just reversing their car so that we can bring in Armageddon.
Yeah, they were bringing in.
We didn't realize that we can bring the car inside the.
But that's only on the Wednesday, I think.
Oh, I see.
That's what.
Because Harold brought his car in. Yeah. Okay.
But we see them, and then we see Jeremy and Harold bringing parts of Armageddon inside the hall.
So it was really nice to like also meet everybody that we usually just see on live, where everybody's not real.
I know, we're seeing our internet friends,
and they're probably thinking, "Wow, you guys are short." Short.
I know. I saw Harold. I'm like, "You're not that tall."
I know he wasn't that tall.
And then Harold's like, "You're not that short."
That's good, because we were like, "Hey, how's it going?"
Because he's like 5'10", 5'11", and 5'6", 5 foot. So I thought it would be different.
Well, I guess he's average.
Yeah.
Right.
And then when I walked in, the first person I saw kind of was Bricksmith.
Yeah.
And he's big.
He's huge.
He's big. And he gave me a big bear paw handshake.
Yeah. So this time around, though, the YouTubers were not quite at the wall.
Yeah, last
we're
time
more
we were up against the
centered.
wall.
So but now we made quite a big showing, though. It's a huge conflagration of YouTubers out there.
But the thing about, even though we were in the center, it was hard to talk to everyone because
we're long. It's an elongated.
It's really long. So it's
table.
like if you're having dinner at a long table.
You really just hang out with the people who are there.
Sitting next to you.
I mean, you can walk up and down, but then we want to.
So I didn't even get to really talk to you. Well, unless I walked around. But while we're displaying, you want to stay in front of your mock so people can.
We were at a corner. So they were like northwest, and at the opposite end was Brickstar.
Yeah.
Right? And then PCB Bricks, and then Dad and Riley.
And even on the back of us, on the back of the curtain,
Bricks and Revolution Bricks and Extreme Bricks came to move in after.
So it's hard
and also String Cheese and Applesauce. But I mean, we would have chit chat, like small conversations here and there. I hung up with the wives.
Yeah. What would have been?
We're like, why are we here? Why are we here?
What would have been better would have been if, because Penlug, they were in a section.
But they're all centered.
There was a big hole in the middle.
Around them,
where you can where everyone is just in the hole. And that's where you can chat and stuff.
Yeah.
And around it, we're just
maybe
all
it's
the
just too big. Like we're just too big.
Maybe we can go where they are.
Okay.
We can have that whole section next time.
I don't like to be near that washroom.
Or maybe they could set it up that way.
Yeah, maybe.
Like the Penlug way, without the curtain.
Yeah.
But I guess they also like the curtain because they want to put the posters.
Yes.
Bricks for Chris.
I think so.
I don't know.
I think so.
There's
I think
pros,
it was pretty good
too. And cons.
But like what I mean, but when we're more centered and not in the wall, I mean, when you entered last year, you were just wowed by Bricks for Chris City, right? So there's like a huge, like massive crowd right off the bat, YouTubers. And this time it's sort of, I want to say underwhelming.
Well, I guess the one good thing though is there's not a log jam at the front, whereas last time there was a log jam. Whereas now they get wowed after they come in and they do a whole circle and then they see Armageddon, which is it's either the Niceland apartment or the Niceville apartment, because rumor has it it's been renamed to the Niceville. If you watch the Brick shows.
Oh, because of what he said?
It's even titled.
Yeah, I know. I did see this. I'm like, oh, that's what it's called. So anyways, we were there for a few hours, maybe up until dinner. Anyway, there was the first activity of that first day already, right when we were bringing
musical
it in,
firewalk.
was musical firewalk. So revised from last year. Last year was like about endurance and stamina and how long can you stay in this pit. This year it was bringing your chairs in. So again, it was limited to however many chairs you can fit circularly within the perimeter
when I got there,
pool.
Everyone was already sitting.
Yeah, and then they remove a chair,
but
right?
Maria was like, "Oh, here, there's a spot. Bring a chair."
But then he removed.
So I went and sat down.
My feet hurt.
So I went and sat down, and then they were about to start, but then Tristan didn't have a chair, so I just swapped with Tristan. And I was like, I'll do it the next one.
So they play the music, and basically it's musical chair, but in Lego. So it kind of forces the game to be faster. You move faster, but it kind of hurts more because then you're grabbing a chair and you're running for a chair. So I don't know. I did not.
I thought it was more dangerous than last year.
It was. Yes.
Well, for one thing, they changed it later on, but for the first thing, kids and adults were together.
And some kids were small.
Well, there was one thing when Brick Smith almost squashed Chad's son. And I got that on video too, so it's on the video.
So later on, I mean, they played this game a few more times during the whole weekend. Yeah. They actually had just kids versus kids, adults versus adults, to be more fair, right? But I mean, this time to the last chairs they gave versus last year.
First, second, and third.
Yeah, last year it was like they put a mammoth set up, and however long you walk gets this.
Yeah, none of the games had any sets.
No,
and I heard it was just because more conventions have been popping up. Yeah. So Lego can't give a whole bunch just to certain conventions. It's like watered down now.
But we still got sets.
Yeah, we still got some.
We're still happy.
But
really, the main thing is us getting there to participate and.
Yeah, I didn't really want to do the firewalk.
Meet all the people.
I didn't want to do the firewalk. I figured it was more a lose situation. And knocked out, you lose because you're sore and you just got knocked out. If you win, you lose because you knock someone out of the way to get that spot, and then you look like a bully, and it's not fun that way either.
So everything is awesome.
So it's a lose either way. So I just didn't.
It's funny. I did the game twice. Actually, maybe 3 times, because again, Mama Nurse was like, "Here, I have a pair of socks for you. Let's do this." She really wanted to win. It's like, I can't not do this game and not win. She's very competitive. And then I think another game I did it where I was sitting with Extreme Bricks, and last year him and I were like one of the almost finales, and he's like, "Why are we doing this again?" I'm like, "I don't know. This is my 3rd time. You just got here." So I mean, I was pretty much out the first, second round. You know, I didn't really.
Yeah, you were out
early. I was clearly just doing it for the feel of it.
Last year's firewalk, I think, was a bit safer in the fact that people would leave under their own will. So they're not knocked out by someone fighting over a chair. Yeah. It's just if you want to quit already, then you just quit, and then the person who wins is just the person who's left.
That's right.
And then there's no like blame that this person stole the chair and was pushed me out of the way, and it's just. So I think it was better that way. The only thing was it takes a long time, whereas this one it's just. You can speed it up
by 10 minutes it's done.
By just ending it.
Yeah.
But so that was that.
And then after that,
the next game was we made yachts.
It was a collab. At this point, while you guys were making yachts, I went out for lunch because we haven't fed the kids.
Well, we were making yachts, not while we were making, because it sounded like we were.
I said while we were making yachts.
I know, that's what it sounded like. You went to get lunch?
Yes, and I wanted to try this place called Oaks Pizza, and it's at the corner of Egypt and that road that you go.
Bricks for Chris says boo to Oaks Pizza.
He didn't like it?
Well, they wouldn't serve them.
Why?
Because it was too late at night.
What?
So after one of the, because they stayed up late.
Oh, sorry.
So he was like,
I went for lunch.
He was like, you guys went to Oaks? Boo.
And I was so happy because I had gluten-free options for Tristan, and that was my main thing. Where can I feed my kid? You are out.
Also, the gluten-free one, that one's Oaks.
Oaks, and also Uno.
Okay.
They had that. We went to Uno as a family. Oaks.
Oaks, okay.
Yeah. So when I had gone for lunch, the selections were just crazy a lot because it was over lunch. So on top of getting the gluten-free pizza for Tristan and the regular pepperoni for you, I went ahead and got a slice of grilled veggies for me. And I think of all of the things that I ate during that weekend, that was my absolute favorite. And I wish I could have repeated it, but the next time we had gone as a family, it was for like later in the day. Like it was still lunch, but like 3 p.m. And by then they didn't have those selections where you can buy by the slice. I would have to had ordered a whole pizza.
Yeah.
So I went to order pizza. I had Hayden with me, and then while that was cooking, because it was like right down the road, like literally beside Hilton, I went to Hilton, and this was around 1 p.m. and I'm like, is there any way I can check in? Because the night before I got an email from the Hilton saying, are you going to check in? So I'm thinking by checking in, that means like I'm in, right? Like unless it's just a confirmation that, yes, I'm not going to stiff you. I'm going to show up. I'm going to pay for my weekend, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. But of course, 1 p.m., I understand the check-in isn't really until 3 p.m. So they're like, no, the room is not ready yet. I'm like, okay. So I go back at the pizza, go back to the hall or feed my kids. I don't know how that happened, but you guys were building the red yachts now. And I'm like, what are you guys making? You guys are making a bowl?
Well, it wasn't supposed to be a collab. Everyone was supposed to do their own.
Are you
Well, if you do a collab, share the price. So we're like, let's do a collab.
Oh, okay.
So out of the 2x4 red bricks, you had to make a yacht. And we decided to make a really super big yacht. Even though we ended up running
I was going to
time,
say, yeah, there's a time limit.
Because our theory was go big or go home. So we wanted to
go home.
So we ended up making just half a yacht, and it ended up looking like a tugboat. But it was huge. It was a size that we can even put Hayden inside the tugboat.
Yes.
But there are some really nice ones there. I have it on the video, like with nice sails and everything. And then after that, we did a whole throw the boat into the tub afterwards, and it exploded.
At which point I went back out.
Oh, you left? No, you were back for the Blastafig.
I did, but I went back first to the hotel because it was 3, and I don't know, when I go somewhere, I want to just take my luggage out of the car or whatever. I want to feel like I'm settled. So I take Tristan with me, who thankfully can help because he's big. Well, I left this big boy to play. And 3:05, and the hotel's like, nope, the room's not ready. I'm like, really? Like, I don't understand what this policy is when if I'm supposed to be able to check in at 3, what room is available to me? Anyways, I ended up getting a different room altogether.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because I signed up for one room. I think it was...
Okay.
I can't remember.
Same floor?
Same floor. But I'm like, whatever's ready, just so because I want to, like, unpack. I like to feel like I'm home somewhere.
And Kelly
then I feel better.
Kelly says we were very ambitious, and the yacht mocks were fun to do.
Yes. So, and then, then I came back for all of the events.
So the next event after that was Blastafig. And remember we were wondering what Blastafig was? We thought it was like using those jumpers to like blast the fig into something.
But no, it's really just using a Nerf gun.
Nerf gun. So they had, were they like ping pong tables? They were ping pong tables, right?
I think so.
Ping pong tables, and they had 6 minifigures
at the end. And you're at a certain level or distance, and then you have to shoot.
You have to try to shoot the minifigures off.
I wasn't good.
I wasn't good either.
I had only one.
You know who were good? Those people from Texas.
They have guns.
Boo, boo, boo. String Cheese was knocking down a few. String Cheese's wife. Actually, when they did round 2, Kelly was the winner.
Yeah, that's right.
So Kelly won round 2 on a different day. And No More Bricks, I think, came second.
Did he?
Harold came second on the one with Kelly.
Okay.
Yeah, when we were doing it the second time around, when we were doing it the second time around, Rubric was like the Nerf whisperer.
I know. This is how you hit it. You look at this angle, see that little trigger at the back.
No, what he would do, he'd stand behind you.
I almost thought it was one of the golf things where he's like, let me get your arm.
You mean pool?
Yeah, pool.
So he'd stand behind you. You have the gun, and he'd say a little up, left to the right.
Yeah.
Right, left, and then after he'd say that, you'd shoot, and it would bing. It would hit. It would hit it off.
Then how come he didn't win?
He said, "Those who teach, those who do, or something like that." So he knows how to teach it well. He can spot if you're lined up well.
Yeah.
So that was cool. But it was hard. It was hard without any of the coaching. Harold was doing this one-handed. He was like,
I wasn't even trying to like call the zone. Like, I'm gonna be in the zone of shooting. Yeah, that's when I hit one. But I think it was too late to call the.
I think you hit one like on the
last day,
the third, or fourth try.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
And then I can't remember what we did for dinner that night.
Oh, that was after.
I'm all about food.
Next game was small combo build.
Yeah, that was good. So basically you get 2 poly bags. Actually, no.
Well, here's the thing first.
Yes.
You have to enter a raffle in order to play it because there's only 10 spots. And so I was
for a specific for the box, like for the small combo.
for the small.
Everybody else
combo
gets 2 poly bags.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was already eliminated because I came 2 minutes late and they wouldn't give me a raffle.
So I was actually picked for one of the raffle slots.
Yes.
Bricks for Chris was another one in there too.
Yes.
And so we had to combine 2 sets. We got to combine the piggy bank.
Yeah, I was so excited about that because we don't have that. Wait, did you already part?
No, it's that. I'll show you what I made after. Like I'll show these guys what I made.
Okay.
But I'm gonna part it out. I'm not gonna build the bank.
But it's so cute.
So the piggy bank and the holiday bat. And so you combine that together.
Yes.
And
the rest of us got poly bags. One was the one with the garbage man, the city garbage man, and then a mixel, a yellow.
So
mixel.
since we got a bunch of garbage men, I built up my garbage can army.
That's
so
nice.
I have a bigger garbage can.
Yeah. So myself, Mason, and Tristan plays. So that was 6 poly bags right there. It's really about numbers, strength in numbers.
So this is what I built, and I actually won.
And what did you win after?
I won the set. So I built.
Now, whenever you win these things, you put this also in brick set that you have like multiples of them. I'm just asking because from your Brick Adjuster channel, I'm still perturbed that in a year he got over 200 sets.
So this is what I built. It's
Which is like a new city line, a city.
I call it the Red Brick District.
Wow.
And this thing is not dirty. It's just a hot dog, but it's a red brick district.
That's the butcher.
It's a wiener. These here are homages to the city.
You're really getting that?
And then so we have some skyscraper here. Yeah, I just wanted to build a table.
Oh. Yeah.
Robots things.
Oh, somebody made a radio. I think.
Oh yeah.
Mama Nurse was there.
Mama Nurse made a radio.
Yeah. She's like, "Did you like my radio?" I'm like, "Oh, that was
you."
Oh
yeah, Dada. Patrick was also building too because he made a.
So
big
both of them
robot.
got in.
Yeah, both of them got in. So they both got a piggy bank each, and yeah.
That's funny.
And then the set that I got for that was.
Oh, hi, Poor City Bricks.
The parrot set. Which Tristan just wants the joints again.
Yes, Tristan just wants all these.
He's been waiting for us to do this live stream so he can do the joints.
Credit out.
And then so you guys got the garbage and it was like the construction
mixel. So he only had 1 eyeball, but because I had 2 sons, I'm like, I'm gonna use all your eyeballs.
Oh, you mixed and matched?
I didn't win, but I made something.
Yeah. And so with all the pieces are basically from all the mocks and stuff.
Oh, that's it? It doesn't seem a lot now that you showed me a huge box like this.
They're all in here.
I helped make this boxes.
Oh, you did?
I shouldn't be idle.
They're all here. But then somewhere in that, I'll show that after. So I'll part all that out after. And then next was opening ceremonies.
Oh, yes. Now that was weird. I think, wait, was it really opening ceremonies already?
Yeah, it was opening ceremonies.
Hang on, I'm trying to remember what opening ceremonies was. That where they had like the
DJ trivia was first. Remember DJ trivia? Were you there for DJ trivia? Where we were all in teams?
Is it the one with
Yankee Brick Picker?
Yeah, okay. So we're wondering why that was taking so long. This is when me and Devin left.
Oh.
That's why I couldn't remember what he did for dinner. And I'm like, as long as my other 2 guys are fed, which they were, I didn't care about him because he doesn't want to eat. But okay, that's where we went to. Oh, okay.
Did you want to talk about that before opening ceremonies?
No, do opening ceremonies. Well, no, because it's like with each other. Technically, we should have a line drawn here, and you talk about your thing. And
okay, so opening ceremony. The first thing we did was DJ trivia, and since Yankee Brick Picker, Rob Schneider, he said he has like 7 businesses, and one of them is his own DJ company.
Yes. But I don't get it. See, DJ to me is.
Well, I guess also like an MC, you know, like at a wedding, you have like the
DJ booth,
the MC kind of organized.
But I see, I got more of like a survey company that he was. So
you can either have a team on your own.
Yes.
Like for example, String Cheese and Applesauce and Wife had their own little team.
Oh.
Harold and I were gonna make a team, but then all of a sudden, like Mike and Kevin came, and also Rubric, and okay, let's make a team of 5. So
I didn't even get asked to be on a team.
Our team was called Ship My Pants, and for the longest time we were like, say our name, but Rob would never say our name. So that was our name, Ship My Pants.
And who came up with this brilliance?
I can't remember. Maybe it was Harold. I'll blame Harold. Mike and Kevin just came from like the pub, so they were a little tipsy. It was funny watching them. They're all giggly and making funny jokes.
Oh.
But we were a team, and for the longest time, we were second place.
Oh.
Until the very
until
the very last question, which was double or nothing.
Oh.
Where you can double all your points, or if you get it wrong, you lose all your points.
No.
Or if you don't play, you keep all your points.
Okay.
We decided not to play because we didn't know the answer.
Okay.
Where everyone else,
I like that, conservative.
A lot of people knew the answer, and then they just passed right by us because they doubled it. We did one double or nothing though, and I came up with the answer. It was, what is Emmett's real full name?
Okay.
And nobody knew in our table, but
you did?
I was like, I think it's Brikowski. And they're like, no, it's not Brikowski. It's something. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure it's Brikowski.
So you guys should have like one?
No, this was where we got it right, and then they ended up doing it.
Okay.
And we got that double. We were able to double our points.
Okay.
The person who won ended up with like 400 points, and it was a single person. And he's like from Brick Fair. He's the guy with the Brick Fair, Virginia.
Yeah.
The really big guy. It's like he knew every answer.
I feel like it was slow going when I was there. I think I stayed for the first three.
It could have been faster.
It's like they read the question, pause, and then like the selections, and then he read the selections, pause. I'm sorry, don't people watch Jeopardy? Boom! I don't know the answer.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
It could have been faster, but
it could have been faster.
I think third place went to Pink Bucket Nation, which was like this beside us with Brick Smith.
With his pink bucket.
Brick Czar was there, and it was getting all the
vintage
questions, and even the one that was double or nothing, the last one.
Yes.
Brick Czar knew the answer because he has the set. I think it was, what is the company name that is on that windmill set?
Oh.
And it was like Vesco or
I wouldn't know
something. I didn't know it either.
I don't know Lego lore.
A bunch of people knew it though.
So by the time this was happening, I ran into Devin, who is Mrs. Vick and Bricks. I'm like, hey, she's very cool. I hung out with her part of last year too. So we're like, what are you getting for dinner? I don't know. Are we getting dinner? Are we getting dinner? But the thing was, there's not really many places around our area to get dinner, or so I thought, right? Like there's the two pizza places. There's that Wawa's area. And then she's like, earlier that day, she went for a pedicure, and then she also gallivanted a little bit north. And I remember like on Google Maps, I'm always like trying to look at where my vicinity is. Not that there's anything of the vicinity, but like it's either King of Prussia Mall, where there's the food court or other restaurants there, and there's also the area of Hampton Inn that we stayed in last year, where they have like the Walmart and another area. But she's like, she went to this one that's a little bit north. I don't know. I feel like my direction is weird when I'm somewhere. I want to say north. And I remember Googling this area, and it has like P.F. Chang's, it has Olive Gardens, and I'm like, oh, is it that one? And I mean, it's like an outdoor mall with a bunch of places to eat. So she said she already gallivanted through that, and she said she saw Panera, and I'm like, I love Panera. And it was like a cold, rainy day, and anytime it's cold, rainy, and just
did it rain all 4 days?
I don't know. I feel like no. It was so nice. It was so nice on Saturday that I thought on Sunday I wanted to go downtown.
But it rained on Sunday.
It rained on Sunday.
Apparently, it rained here too all weekend.
Yeah, I know. Mississauga Marathon was like drenched.
Oh, was it really? Oh, I didn't know.
So in any case, we went there together, and we found, and I was like, oh my god, I wish I had Zoop. And Zoop is like a place that's like Panera, but they sell more soup. But it's like Panera, soup sandwiches, but so good soups. So we found Zoop. We're so happy we found Zoop. We're like, yay, there's Zoop.
You guys didn't look for gangster vegans?
Well, I didn't want to eat too much because I wasn't too hungry, but I was just feeling cold.
Okay.
And if it wasn't like and I had Hayden who just passed out on his.
You didn't take footage of that.
I was shy. I wasn't sure if she wanted.
Does she not know you're part of YouTube and you take footage? It's not like your other friends. She's down with the whole videoing stuff because
I know Panera is the best.
Her husband's a YouTube star.
I know, but I thought it'd be like weird if I'm like blah, 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 and she'll be like, "What are you doing?" Anyhow, we had a cool call, talking and everything. But like, yeah, this mall place, it had like a bookstore, but it all closed so early. I'm so used to like stores closing here at like 9:30 on the weekdays, and there we were sitting, and I think it was like almost 8, and we noticed that nobody was in Zoop anymore. And especially like restaurants here like stay open till 11 midnight, like around our area anyway, because people are still eating around 11 or midnight. So I'm like, we're like, where's everybody? They're like, oh yeah, we're closing, but don't worry, you guys can stay until we're closed. I'm like, if you say that, we're gonna stay forever. But I had a lobster chowder.
Oh.
It was so good.
Yummy.
Good. And she had something with lentils. She had something healthier. So yeah, we talked about how we have to get healthier and how everything begins with food. As I'm like downing this like, lobster chowder and like the bread thing. That's so good.
That's like whenever you say, I'm so full.
I'm so full. When is my next meal is really my thought right now.
Yeah.
I will have a wedding in 2 weeks. Not our wedding.
After the DJ trivia.
And then we went back.
After DJ trivia, there was a keynote speaker. And it was.
Yeah, that's who I miss. He's like some vlogger. Because I saw this guy.
I don't think he's a vlogger. I think he's like
an author.
He has a book, but he helps CEOs become successsul or something.
And he's so young, right?
Yeah, he's young.
Because I saw this young guy like just talking to himself, and I'm like, and it was before me and Devin left. We're like, can we jump into his video? Like, what's going on there?
He seems very like Chad. Like it seems like Chad modeled his peppiness and energeticness after this guy.
Well, I think you have to be peppy and energetic when you portray yourself in the media. You can't. Yeah.
But he's best-selling author. And
we have a Panera just down the road. This is Port City Bricks who says, I wish we had a Panera in town.
Oh.
And for my birthday month, they're like, you can get free coffee every single day. But I was just too shy to just bring my tub, my gallon of like container and go, hi, fill me up. So I actually didn't go.
So this guy was kind of a closet Lego fan.
Oh.
And
until now.
And kind of until now. Like his first word was like he said, what do you first think about when you think of Lego? And people are saying like awesome, everything. And he said for the longest time, his first word when he thought about Lego was shame. Because
what is wrong with him?
He felt ashamed that he loved Lego.
Maybe this is his catchphrase.
And his story was when he was, I guess he was like 13 or 14.
Yeah.
He would always he would still play Lego. And then his dad came into his room and caught him playing Lego and was like, what are you still doing? Aren't you too old?
Was he dressed? Like, what's the shame factor?
Aren't you too old to play with Lego? And then he kind of felt ashamed from that. And then slowly, I guess, with his kids,
with his father, like, here's the shovel and here's the rake, and go do the farm.
While he was telling the story, at first I thought he was thinking like, what, he saw like nudie magazines or something, but it was Lego that he was.
Or his dad goes, here's a nudie magazine, be my son.
So now that he's kind of back into it, his latest presentation to the CEOs was to do a Lego workshop with them. And so what it was, the first thing was like when all the CEOs came in, they were given a minifigure. And later on,
can't put that on together.
Later on, these minifigures were supposed to represent them. So one was like a Gandalf. I guess this person acted like Gandalf. And during the whole thing, there was like these stations where they had to build things without instructions, or they had to build something with something missing. So that was like teamwork or something. And so he wasn't sure if he wanted to do this workshop because he thought like the CEOs would think it was dumb because it's Lego.
Yeah.
But afterwards, they found it was like so much fun, and it was like it ended up being a good idea.
Icebreaker.
So his mantra now is basically
everything is awesome with Lego.
Screw it, just do it. So screw it, just do it. If you're not sure about something, screw it, just do it. And so
then if you don't like it, don't do it again.
So that was his thing. It was a cool presentation.
Okay, so did we learn anything for our kind of...
Screw it, just do it. Which is basically what I do anyways. I just do it. I don't think about, I just do it. Boom. And if it's successful, it's successful. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
But we want it to be working.
So after opening ceremonies, our next game was the Fastest Fig tournament.
Oh, yes. This is just first day? Holy cow.
So what this was, we were all given, well, the people participating was given this kind of a timer where you have to put your hands on
Never seen anything like that.
And then you take your hands off and the timer starts.
And then you build, and then once you're finished your build, you press it with 2 hands though. And you can't have like little fingers because that's what I'm like, it's not working. It's like your heat.
You have to put and then go like this. So there were 10 minifigures on the table. You have to put the head and the torso and pants all together.
And they even
all
said
10.
it doesn't even matter if the head or the torso are all in the same face. It can be backwards. And
the only criteria is they have to be flushed down. There can't be any spaces in between the torso and
so
pants.
you will have to push it together. But my brain says I can't put things backwards. Like I needed to configure it properly.
So I was videoing and I was watching a whole bunch of different strategies. People already had them all lined up at the table and then just squishing.
But that was hard because sometimes it can flick out, like Harold's or yours flicked out.
Big B had a strategy where he stuck all his torsos together.
Wow, Bubba Brickfest time was 15 seconds.
Whoa.
I was 31 and I was
crazy.
happy with that, but that's amazing.
Big T, we were impressed by Big T. He had like 28 seconds, but there was a space.
Yeah.
Mine was like 30 something. I wasn't doing well.
He already threw his timer away.
I was like,
So who won this game? Like I don't understand. Like how many times?
Bubba, did you win? Did you win with 15?
We don't know.
Mike said his strategy was to sit down because he wants his hands closest to the table.
And mine was standing up because I wanted to have good leverage.
Yeah, so there were all sorts of different strategies.
I don't know.
And then after that was the Derby qualifiers, which ended up being the Derby finals.
Oh, right. That was still day one?
Because there was supposed to be a whole bunch of qualifiers, like a qualifier on Thursday, a qualifier on Friday, and then the finals on Saturday. But they ran out of time, so the first qualifier ended up just being the finals. So I just submitted my first time because I thought I had more time to kind of put it in. So the time I submitted was like 2.6.
Oh, he was 6th. Really?
Oh, wow. 2.6 something. But as I was doing it down, like practicing afterwards, the fastest I got was 2.55. And the winner, who was Brick Lover 18's dad, was 2.51, he said.
Wow.
So I was close.
Yeah, he was fast.
I didn't put in. My strategy was using a lot of plates because there's high density with the plates and just making it heavy with plates instead of using bricks. And it was like winning all the heats. Mason's was fast, even though he had like nothing.
We're like.
So I didn't know what strategy that was.
I think he found like heavy lead. Oh,
base. You know what? What was he got brand new wheels where everyone else had kind of used wheels. So that's what I heard. His wheels were like brand new, so that's why it was.
Imagine if he had combined.
It also depended on your
car.
It depended on your lane too.
Yes.
Because some lanes were warped.
Yes.
So I guess because this is like the second year after a whole year of different shows.
There was no quality assurance coming into the second year.
So,
but making sure that everything was still aerodynamic, fast.
And did you try the Derby?
I was just playing with Hayden.
Mason loved it.
Hayden loved it too.
Oh, Hayden loved the Derby
too. Know what he was doing, but he woke up at that point. That was still all day one.
Yeah, it was day one, and we're 42 minutes into the stream, and we just finished day one. This is getting to be like my what.
My God, we're never gonna finish this till next year's Philly Brickfest.
But
day 2, let's go.
So the next morning was breakfast time, and I had no breakfast. But Maria had bought me a calzone that I didn't finish the day before.
I thought you were gonna say my wife Maria was the perfect packer. That she even packed me my special cereal and my.
But I didn't have cereal. I had cereal the following day when we had no leftovers. But thank goodness we had a microwave because I just stuck the calzone.
And thank goodness Target was right there, so I was able to buy some other groceries on top of the groceries I already brought in, like milk.
I woke up. I think every day I woke up at 4 something and just started editing the videos.
Oh.
Just because I'm used to waking up that
I know.
early.
I'm just like,
and we had free internet on the...
Free. Complimentary.
Internet. You just have to put in your room number and your last name. Actually, it's one of the
cheapest premium internet. It was like $4.95.
Oh, I thought it was complimentary.
I know. But if you wanted the premium, which I don't know how different or faster that would be.
I guess it would have been fast. Because every time...
But it's okay still.
Well, every time I uploaded it, it would be 3 hours to upload a video. So I would just upload and then we'd go to the convention. Yeah. And then it would be...
This is still uploaded.
It would be ready afterwards. I would just have to turn the But
it's still cheap if we had bought the $4.95 because I feel like way back whenever we traveled, it'll be like $19 a day and we'd buy it. Was Lego grocery? No. So that was his forte of packing. I packed groceries and snacks. And we finished everything, or we finished most of it. Like we finished the water. Like I had a whole case of water, but we only brought half of it.
So we wanted to get to the convention center for 8 a.m. because last year raffles were at 8 a.m.
Yes.
So we got there and Harold was already, he was there. He said that he went to for breakfast with Jeremy
Mhm.
even before that.
Yeah, they went to Panera.
They had their little date at Panera Bread.
Behind your back. Actually, he did ask us to follow him. They were like, you can take him.
Port City Brick says, most days we didn't even get to sleep until 4.
Oh, you young kids, you. I was like the senior citizen. And
Yeah, we got to bed early.
Before midnight.
Yeah.
Those children of ours. We're leaving Hayden next year.
Oh, you should come. He had fun.
I'm leaving Hayden next
He had
year.
fun running around.
He had fun running around. I didn't have fun chasing after him.
Running onto the stage.
Yeah.
It was one of the raffles. They're like, and they call it a number. All of a sudden you see Hayden run to the top and start jumping on the stage like he won.
He didn't.
Oh.
Didn't have a
Hey, No More Bricks is here. He said, I made it. Yeah, no more. Harold, we were just talking about your date with Jeremy early morning.
Me too.
So we got to the convention center 8 a.m. because I thought the raffles were going to start at 8 a.m.
Mhm.
And apparently they started at 9. I read the schedule wrong. So
Or
Harold,
I think they made the schedule wrong. You know what I mean? Like I think they intended it to be 8, but since everything is printed for 9.
oh.
But that's okay because then it was more forgiving for us for the following mornings.
So we get there, and Christine's on FaceTime or something, live streaming with, or on FaceTime.
As she was getting him his second breakfast.
We're like, hey, Christine. And so we were just and then we just ended up waiting for the raffle to start at 9.
We didn't win.
We didn't win. We didn't win any of the raffles. A lot of the raffles were like friend sets and city sets.
I don't know what he saw.
Ninjago. What was that?
I don't know what Everything is Awesome TV saw.
I saw that. I don't know.
Okay.
So we didn't win any of that. The next game, however, after the raffle was the horizontal build.
Oh yeah. So Tristan played that.
Did you play that?
No, I didn't play it.
I played it. We were talking earlier, remember,
Yes.
about the strategy of doing like a triangle base.
Bigger base and then moving from
So I started doing that.
And
then all of a sudden, like,
it's done.
2 minutes left. I'm like, because we only get 4 minutes. If we had got longer minutes, then I'd be able to do it.
Huh?
Here, just keep talking.
Oh. So another strategy that we saw some people is they're actually building upwards. So they have some sort of a base, but then their build was vertical too and then outward. So I thought that was cool. I just watched it go. I didn't think I would stand a chance, but yeah, I think the longest was really much longer than yours.
Mine was like 19 inches, whereas
Busy won the raffle.
Person that won was like 28 inches.
Yeah.
Like in my round. I don't
there
even
was
know.
some controversy there because again, Mama Nurse was playing it and with Riley, and she said that whoever had won, apparently, their piece was already built in their bucket.
Oh.
And they just like stuck it on there and continued to build out of there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Or pieces of it were built.
I'm doing that next year.
So they're like, people are cheating in this game.
Well, there was something else that happened because there were 2 rounds for our thing, and when the person won the first round with their length, the second round started, but then Jordan, like the mini brick, she gave the first place prize already to that person who won the first round, and Cookie's like, there's another round. Because it was supposed to be round 1 and round 2. Whoever was supposed to be the longest between the 2 rounds would win the prize.
Yeah.
So they had to go find another prize for the second.
There was a little bit of an inconsistency here, I guess.
It was cool, but Tristan and Emily were trying to do a collab, and then they just kept on fighting.
Yeah.
And then they
no winners.
Yeah, nobody won.
After that was another musical firewalk.
No, you were doing your mosaics.
Oh yeah,
I think at the same time I was doing the horizontal builds, you were making mosaics.
Yeah, I walked over to the wall, and again, you just get like a plate and you create mosaics, and I'm not good. I'm just not good, and I'm like,
good.
I'm gonna.
It was like blowing kiss
or throwing up blood, according to my son.
It was a blowing kiss of EmojiCon. Last year I did a brick adjuster mosaic. I didn't do the mosaics this year. Last year I did mosaics because I had free time and I was like, what am I going to do?
You didn't have free time this year? Are you kidding me?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
I didn't have free time. I only had free time during the public days. That's when I was just building. While Harold was being Mr. Congeniality and talking to everyone. But we'll get to that.
See? Who's going to get Mr. Congeniality prize? Good job, Harold!
I did that all last year and during Brick Fed. I was kind of over that.
And they're like, why is the brick just so standoffish? Anyhow, after that was another firewalk. And I think this is the one that
they split up the kids and the adults.
Yeah, Samantha's like, I really want to win this. And I'm like, oh, that's too bad. I don't have any socks. And she's like, I have another pair of socks. I'm like, okay, I'll play.
So the kids went first. Mason and Tristan were in there. And then when the music started, Mason just kept sitting in his chair and he wouldn't get up off his chair. So Clutch just pulled his chair into the middle.
Yeah, I was going to play.
He just pulled his chair into the middle.
Oh,
and then
gave him the shovel.
And then he was just in charge of
shoveling the bricks onto people's feet.
Which I think he found that more fun.
Who won that time? I don't remember.
Oh, it was the big kid. It was
Busy Blocks' big kid person.
No, Busy Blocks' partner's
friend's kid.
Kid.
But then I thought he won the first day.
No.
Oh.
It was because remember he pushed Emily and then Emily's like, that's rude. And then every time she would be like, yeah, she'd get mad at him. I think he won, unless he got eliminated. No, actually he didn't win. He got eliminated.
I think it was like third.
And then Emily said, see, good for you, karma.
Trying to stay away from the politics here.
It was funny.
Okay, next.
But then the next one you were doing.
Yeah.
And yeah, you didn't win.
We got out easy. We made it from like. Oh,
Harold won the
Harold was good.
He won the.
It's so funny, like watching these guys.
He did he did like a turn thing.
A slide in, and there was somebody else who was like on their tiptoes. Everybody has
actually
like.
No, Harold came second.
Yeah.
But he still got a set.
Yeah.
He got a set.
That's cool. Next was another combo mox.
This time Tristan was chosen. So
and they were largest mock.
It was a friend's mock. It was I wrote it down. The Heart Lake Pet Salon.
It just is like thanks.
And it was an Ninjago set.
Yes.
The one with the yellow ninja.
Yes.
The orange ninja.
And we got the Garbage Man again and another kind of Mixel. Did we get the Garbage Man again? No.
No, we got the tiger.
Yes.
And a Mixel.
Yes.
And so Tristan built this thing.
What's the thing on our? This is the logo of Philly Brick Fest. So each of our goodie bags actually had these guys. Can we show them?
After.
Oh. Yes, they're the logo.
They're the logo.
Brickhead, eyebrows, and all that stuff.
Brickbot. Harold made a cool one. He made a Mac for Richard Dictionary. It was
I
Richard
saw
Dictionary.
Yeah. But Tristan won.
Tristan won.
We didn't even know.
We didn't even know he won.
We was like, la, la, la,
I went back to where our mocks were, and I was putting things away.
Who was judging this?
Just
random. It's peer, right?
Random people.
Peer judge.
No, it was like I think Big B might have been in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't even remember what kind of mock he made.
Been one, and I think at Alan the Brick Fan might have been one.
Oh.
And they were just basically putting bricks in front of the ones they liked.
Yes.
And whoever had the most bricks won. Okay. That's how all the voting kind of was.
Yeah. Yeah, he won. So more poly bags for us.
So what he won was this. He won the city set. And we didn't even know he won. We came there after, and they're like,
we're just helping him like clean up.
Yeah, we were helping him clean up, and someone
was like, "Congratulations, Big T." We're like,
and they were like, "You won?"
Why?
So then I took out the camera and then pretended, "Oh wow, Big T won." Well, really,
good job, son.
We didn't know that he won. He wasn't even excited. He was like, "Yeah, I won." Oh, and so what he won is this thing that he won.
His mock
that he
nation.
However, Harold and I already decked it out, but it was a micro city again, and everyone was like, "Gee, I wonder who's that was." The son of the guy who makes all the micro stuff. So picture it without the duck and without all the colors, and picture it with only friends.
And you're like, and it won.
So no yellow and stuff like that, but it was. So yeah, during public days. I was just building, and Harold was building.
I like how he did this, or you did this. What is this? What is that piece?
It's a brick with a hole in it.
Oh.
And then I just stuck a plate into the sides. Maria's looking this guy. This thing.
Diamonds. Did you get to keep the pieces? Yes.
Yeah, so after I kind of review this, I'm going to take this apart and use all the pieces, because there's a lot of nice tiles here, a lot of cool little grills and slopes and plates that I use for micro.
Yep.
And all this cool colors. You got the medium azure and the dark blue slopes. So a lot of cool pieces from all that. Next game.
Yes.
Wow, we're almost at an hour and we're not even done day 2. That's why this is going to be a long stream.
But there's hardly anything for public days.
Next game was the Scavenger Derby. Remember that? The Scavenger Derby? So we were given a list of clues, and from that list of clues, you have to figure out what they're talking about.
Oh, yes,
And
that
we
was so fun.
You have to run to different
I like that game
areas,
the best.
take pictures. And so Maria and I were on the same team, and so our strategy
Finally.
was to split up. And
But
meet,
next
and then
time,
meet
I'm
back,
going to be with Harold.
And then he was on a different. Oh, you mean you're not going to even have me as a teammate?
Because he didn't want me as a team.
I grabbed you. I was like, we're on the same team. So, and then meet back at the same spot and then go. So I did like the first 3. She got the next 3.
And then met up again.
So
and
different things were like, take a picture of a brick bot, which is this guy.
Yeah, but
like,
then there were 3 different colors.
You
So
had to do like red,
yellow,
black, and yellow.
So our killer was we couldn't find red.
Yeah, we couldn't find yellow.
Oh, yellow.
Everyone couldn't find yellow. But other clues were something like,
The white, the 5 foot tall white structure.
what's that?
The cathedral.
Oh, yeah.
Because I took a photo of that. Something was the circus in the glow room. So I took
One
a picture of
was
that.
I have an orange nose and I love hugs. And apparently that was Olaf.
Yeah,
And there was a brick built Olaf there. We got to take a picture.
So it was cool, and then we'd meet together.
There was one of a baron.
I didn't work out the whole weekend, but that was my activity. So for all of my running, we did not win.
There was a baron playing, like a red baron.
Yeah, so I think it's kind of hard because then when people are finished, it's whoever gives it first, and then they check it, but then, oh, you're missing this, then we run off again. And then by the time we line up, then...
Harold and I actually finished first, but
for
the yellow brick bot, Harold said, just take a picture of this.
I know!
So we took a picture of this,
really?
and the guy was like, no, that doesn't count.
Doesn't count. Otherwise, I'd be like Googling everything,
And then all of a sudden, we see everyone running towards the mini putts.
And it was there.
And so we ran to, actually Harold running there, so I ran there too. And then everyone was running back. And so we ended up like 6th and 7th. I think it was the Yankee brick picker that won.
But that was a fun game. I like to do that.
More stuff like that.
Yeah. I also like the one, but it's like another day
where we'll get there.
I like those days.
Okay, and then after that, we went for lunch.
Oh, that was just lunchtime? See what I mean? Twilight Zone. I feel like we're like done for like dinner now. Yes. And this is when I had them try the we did it.
And I tried the
He's really found where it's good.
Yeah.
Didn't eat it.
Because it was far.
Far 5K.
This time it's farther.
Yeah.
But Tristan had his own gluten-free pizza to himself.
And then I was more
lasagna.
hungry than anything, that I wanted a slice of this pizza, which is I can't remember what it was. I'm like, give me the lasagna too. So the lasagna ended up being, it was good because then I ate it for
I had some for dinner.
Yeah. But you're like, this is all that's left? Yeah. And all like that.
It's okay. And then when I got back,
and then I dropped you off.
We actually beforehand we were making our mock cards. And so we didn't have Sharpie or rubric, but by the time we were finishing, it was getting ink was drying out.
Yes.
And so we ended up going to Target, getting a new Sharpie and giving it to Rubric to get all the Sharpie. But while we were at Target, I wanted to get back to the convention because I wanted to see the speed build.
Yes.
And when we got there, well, you dropped me off. I ran in and they had already done all the raffles and they were just calling out all the names already. So I wasn't able to participate in the speed build, but that was okay because I was able to take a lot of footage because I wanted to at least get footage.
And it was the vacuum cleaner that was a speed build.
It was the vacuum cleaner, the UCS Slave 1. And a lot of the teams, they were like all-star teams. So on one team was Bricks for Chris, N-Talk, and Kevin F. All like super good. And they had a Penlug member. That's actually a team that won. However, the team that finished first but didn't win because they were missing a piece was Harold's team.
How did they missing a piece?
Because they had extra pieces left.
Oh.
And some sets come with extra pieces, but there was like a a blue circular plate.
Okay.
And Cookie had the list of all the extra pieces, and that circular plate wasn't part of it.
Oh, what if Lego just tossed it in?
Well, they checked afterwards where it was supposed to be, and
Yeah.
it wasn't. They didn't put it in that spot.
And
And so on Harold's team, people we know, I think, Extreme Bricks was on Harold's team,
I saw him.
and Howie was on Harold's team.
Mhm.
And when I got there too, Christine was there, and she had the GoPro, and so we were chatting while she was GoProing everything.
I didn't get a chance to hang out too much with Christine, but she also had a test to study for.
The unfortunate team was String Cheese's team.
Why are they unfortunate?
Because he was on a team with all K-Falls. K-Falls and T-Falls. Like no A-Falls on his team. And so we were watching him. He's basically running around the whole table, giving people instructions of what to do. And it was just, they were far behind compared to everyone else. We're just like building.
Yeah.
And it's kind of unfair. Like I would think maybe for a speed build next time, stick all the kids in one speed build and all the A-Falls in another speed build.
Always keep same categories of
keep
people.
it separate.
Yeah.
Just it'd be more fair.
Then the adults don't feel like they have to eat the children to win.
Brick Smith was on a team. I think They Might Be Bricks was on Brick Smith.
Okay.
And I was with Brickstar a lot, and because he was filming They Might Be Bricks while he was building.
Yep.
Mike was on a team with Mike from Three Brick Friends. He was on a team with the Yankee Brick Picker, a guy and his bricks, a girl in her bricks, and I think Bricking It Up was on their team too.
Yep.
And then I think Jeremy was on a team too. I think he was on a team with Brick Lover 18 and Matt Mox, but I'm not exactly sure. I could be mistaken. But yeah, a lot of them were, like a lot of YouTubers were doing the speed build. And so, I was able to take footage. So while they were doing the speed build, another game time, and that was the Useless Piece Challenge.
Yeah. Which was the orange
studs.
Wow.
So last year during the Useless Piece Challenge, they used only right hinges, and you had to build something with only right hinges, not the hinge that the left and the right combined together. This year was only studs, and
but you were able to use other elements too. It's not just the studs, right?
Yeah, you could, but I only used like a couple other elements. I thought that the least amount of other elements, the better chances of winning.
Yeah.
So what I made was I made a wave out of studs, and I made a surfing guy surfing on the wave and you have to use the Big B splat too. So I used the splat as the surfboard.
That's cool.
The guy on the surfboard with the wave. I didn't win. Nobody voted for me. They voted for the spaceship, but I voted for some swirly thing that looked cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Jeremy, Rubric, Brick Lover 18, and Matt Mox. I missed out Rubric. So they were on a team. So yeah, a lot of the Lego YouTubers were playing, which is cool.
And then I came back.
You came back
for the yard sale.
Oh, you had footage of the kids doing the mini putt.
Yeah, I took Emily and Tristan. It was okay. They just wanted to do something else, and there's no other activities, and they're basically the kids are left to roam all over and play. So I just said, okay, let's just do the. And I needed to also,
and the kids were scootering.
Yeah.
Before the scooter ban.
The scooter ban. And then after, when I got back, it was the yard sale, which
I didn't get anything.
I know.
Well, you got Emily something.
I got her a pup. She was so good. She was so good. She took care of Hayden. She just wanted to like wheel him all over the place. So that was good.
A lot of people got stuff during the yard sale though.
Yeah, Rupert got the Hobbit house.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, you didn't get two? And who else?
Apparently the Brick Show bought a lot of NPAC stuff.
Oh, good stuff.
So I don't know if they bought it so they can.
But yeah, it's interesting to see. Like there was a seller, and like this is during the whole event, but he was selling a lot of what's it called, the Harry Potters, and also the the Toy Story, and those sold really quickly, and it was like marked up. Wow, like inbox, unopened. So you mean you couldn't watch this while you're changing for work? I don't get it.
Oh, you missed all the times we mentioned your name.
Yeah, now you've lost count. Now you have to watch it from the beginning again.
So after the yard sale was Bowling for Bricks.
Bowling for Bricks.
And I thought we were late because we were just kind of hanging around. And
that's the thing. Like I just felt like, again, this time warp zone, nobody was like saying, and now we're going to go do this. And now we're going to go do this. It was just like, you have to know that it's a time when activities are and kind of like walk.
But that's how it was last year.
I guess.
Too. Remember last year? That's why I missed the horizontal building challenge, because you just have to know the schedule and be there. And that's how it is for most. Because even at Brickfest Toronto, that's how it was. You have to know the schedule and be at the place. But
anyways, we went to bowling.
So last year it was only me and Tristan and I were the only ones that went. But this year, all of us went.
All of us went. I didn't play still though. This is where I had my epic conversation with Kelly.
Oh.
And you know, our beautiful Hayden, he just fell asleep. It was the perfect baby.
Yeah, it's like he falls asleep during heavy metal.
With all the noise. Well, it wasn't heavy metal, but it was like a loud band, right?
Yeah.
And they gave us tickets for drinks, so I had your ticket. I think I could have drunk more.
It was open
But like
bar.
Tristan was getting so nervous. Why are you drinking so much? I'm like, I'm not drinking so much at all. You're causing me to drink. But it was you, Tristan, Emily. Who else is in your team?
Harold.
And
this guy named Aaron.
Yes.
I think he was part of Colonial Lug.
And the build was the Ninjago.
Build was Ninjago set.
Not that one.
It was a white dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And so Aaron, his dad was kind of like the coach.
Yeah, he was flipping the pages. Like, this is the piece that you need next and everything.
But then he got a little. So sometimes Harold wouldn't follow the instructions and would just do like a mirror build, and then the dad would get mad, like, you're supposed to follow the instructions, and I was like, ugh, and then just put a piece on.
Yes.
Very by the book. But we didn't win. I think Chad's team won. However, I think we were the first team to finish bowling all our balls.
Yeah.
Because what I was trying to do.
the whole point?
Well, the whole point is once you finish bowling all your balls, then you can start. Everyone can build together. Everyone just being me and Harold. Because we just let the kids just kind of watch while we were building.
Well, couldn't they just keep on bowling while you guys build? Why did you have to build and run in?
Because that's the whole point.
Is someone
you have to bowl the ball, run, and Cookie's there monitoring everything. So okay, so those of you who don't know how Bowling for Bricks works, basically there's teams of 5 and there's maybe 5 different teams, and first player has to bowl 2 balls. It doesn't matter if it's a strike or anything, but after you bowl 2 balls, you run to the back and start building a Lego set, which was the Ninjago set. And then the second player would bowl their 2 balls, then run to the back, tag the person out, and then continue where they left off. And then you just keep going until all 10 frames are done, and then everyone could just start building
And then
together.
you guys get to split the set, parts draft.
Well, so this is what happened. We didn't win, and so.
But what do you get as a winner? I think you just get those medals that I help.
Yeah, you got. Before last year, you got to keep. Each person got to keep a set, a copy of the set. So last year when we did the Winter's Village, Santa's Workshop, each member got their own Santa's Workshop. I'm not sure what they got this year, but I know Chad's team won. But we didn't win, so we just got to split up this Ninjago set. So we went to the pool area, and we just separated all the pieces into groups, and then we went in order and just grabbed different things. Tristan was grabbing like a lot of the joints. I was grabbing like a lot of micro stuff, like the little tiles, like a lot of the stuff in here actually were things that I grabbed from like all these like blue slope things here and all these like brown tiles. I think Harold was like grabbing stuff for mechs. I don't know. Emily was grabbing cute stuff because she liked the cute stuff. So that was Bowling for Bricks, and then we only stayed for the first round. They had a second round after us where just adults kind of were playing, and that was for Santa's Workshop. Yeah. So I'm not sure who won. And then I heard on Instagram, like the next morning when I kind of woke up at 4, I was seeing like Instagram posts from like Bricks for Chris, and it was like 3 a.m, and these guys are still out. Eating. Apparently after bowling.
I want to be with the cool kids next year. But no, I think I was passing out. Like I'm tired.
You're an old lady.
I'm an old lady.
After bowling, they all went out for dinner or post dinner.
Yes. And
just had more fun with the drinks. More fun with the drinks. Day 3?
Day 3. So day 3 was the first public day, and even when we got there, the lineup was growing.
I didn't see the lineup outside. Did you see the lineup?
I did. It actually peeked out after.
Was it going or you didn't take footage of it? You should take footage. But we wore our red shirts because
and we had lanyards too.
Clutch had mentioned that Chad, he didn't tell us, but he secretly wanted us to all wear our red shirts. So we
read his mind clearly heard his secret wish.
So we look uniform. And when you look uniform, you're more approachable by the public to ask questions and everything. Well, a lot of people, like even when I was walking around filming, they were coming up to me and asking me questions of where's this, where's that, like I worked there. But I was like,
we're free labor.
Because you kind of look like you're part of the group.
The help.
So we wore that. And
we didn't win the raffle again.
The raffle. What was there? So they had the Ghostbuster setup.
Yeah.
They had they had face painting.
Yeah.
And so Mason and Tristan both got their face paint.
Yes, Mason's face paint was awesome. It was like this Iron Man.
It was the Flash.
Oh, the Flash. That was really well done.
So actually they didn't have the Flash up there, but he really wanted the Flash. So the guy was like, I can do Captain America, but just change it to Flash. So his thing was actually Captain America.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But he changed these lightning bolts. I guess they're supposed to be the feathers for Captain America.
Okay, cool. And then Tristan was Batman.
Yeah, Tristan's always Batman.
Always Batman.
Tristan, even when after a while the paint started getting in his eyes.
Yeah.
So he wanted me to wash it off. So I washed it off, and some of the black was still here, so it looked like he had this big unibrow going on.
Yeah.
It's funny.
He's a little conscious about that. So in any case, when they let the public in and it was 10 o'clock.
You guys took off.
We stayed for maybe 45 minutes, but the crowds were just so crushing. There's no way I would have let like Mason just walk around. I don't know. Hang on. It's my mom.
So during the public day, I was set up with Harold. And before the public came, Jeremy and I brought duct tape. Because last year, the big thing was the kids kept on pushing the stanchions or the gate forward. And then just kept on grabbing the mocks and everything. So I decided to bring my own duct tape this year just to duct tape the stanchions down so the kids wouldn't push them, which was kind of good, kind of bad in the fact that in my area, the stanchions was so far that it was hard for people to actually see the micro mocks. But it was good in the fact that people kind of walked by and didn't start grabbing things, which was happening at BrickFest Toronto, where kids were like grabbing, because at BrickFest Toronto there's no stanchions at all, and so I'm just there saying please don't touch, please don't touch. I didn't have to say any please don't touch this time. I was just basically building. But Harold was answering a lot of questions, and we were actually counting how many times someone would ask him, so how long did it take to build this? Because that was like, it was literally one after the other. So someone would say, how long does it take to build this? And he would be 60 months. And then the next person would come in and be like, how long did it take you to build this? And he'd be like, 6 to 8 months. So he actually counted 70 times that people would be asking him that question. And, it's just kind of like a running joke. But yeah, it was fun. He was Mr. Congeniality, like we said earlier, because he'd run to the front just so he'd be able to talk and be able to hear what the kids were saying. And he even let a couple kids wear his stormtrooper mask. And I was like joking with him later because I'm like, the clean freak, and all these kids are like talking with the stormtrooper mask in there.
I know.
But I was saying how I brought the duct tape to duct tape the stanchions down.
And some people had like the 6-inch duct tape. Like
that was actually the clutches.
It's amazing.
The convention duct tape. So they brought their own.
Yeah, look, Big T was tired. He fell asleep. I even brought like a bottle of Purell.
Yeah.
I had that.
Big T fell asleep.
Hanging out.
And so, here, keep talking.
After the 45 minutes, I basically took the kids out. Where did I go? Oh, I went out with Devin and Mrs. String Cheese and Applesauce, and we went to Mall of Prussia. So that was the day we were going to go to the mall. But when we got there, I went and separated with them because I fed my kids and they went shopping around. But we were there for like maybe just a couple of hours. Mall of Prussia, and then I went home to the hotel to like put them to nap. And then I came back.
They passed out, right?
Yeah, they were tired. We walked around Mall of Prussia. What did I get there? Nothing really.
Was that when you Busy Blocks?
Yeah, we went to the Lego store just to, again, when in somewhere, you go find a Lego store. Buy no more bricks. And Mall of Prussia is huge. Always busy, but not too bad. And then we came back basically right before the public thing was done, and it was so good to like walk in and you just had these all access pass.
Oh, they just let
come
you
in,
and you brought in food.
And I brought in food.
How did you were able to bring
They just
in food?
let me bring in food.
Because they probably thought you're part of staff.
I'm part of staff.
During also the Saturday, we saw some cosplay going on.
Oh yeah.
And it was Maniac for Bricks, and he was dressed like his sick.
That's right. He came.
It was like a homemade costume too.
Yep.
So if anyone's seen Maniac for Bricks' sig fig, it's like a black jacket with like these white things going down with the red.
Yep.
And then he had
Lego head.
a Lego head on.
A yellow Lego head.
So we saw him walking around, and Harold's like, "Isn't that?" He didn't remember. I'm like, "That is Maniac for Bricks." So we went, and then he took it, and it was Maniac for Bricks. That was cool. And then also James and Bricker Tree showed up too.
Oh right.
Bricker Tree was wearing his Ovechkin jersey.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Why people were coming up dressed too. Part of it. Well, we came and brought scrubs.
Yeah.
But it was also to dress up as your minifig.
Dress up like your sig fig.
Sig.
So that was after the whole public day. So after the whole public day, before the Red Brick District, I already changed, and because we wanted to take a group picture. Jersey, and Kelly had her pink space jersey.
Even when I saw Andrew from Portsmouth Bricks, I'm like, you look so familiar, but it wasn't clicking into me that people were dressed up already as
She
their.
had her green jacket.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, you look so.
Jeremy had his blue
like
jacket.
Someone.
Yeah. Harold didn't bring his other costume.
Yeah.
Well, he said he was allowed because you're not allowed to bring your sailor uniform. So instead, he changed his sig fig to he changed it to a black torso with a stormtrooper helmet with Kylo Ren's sword, and he wore his black shirt with a stormtrooper helmet, and Big T made him a Kylo Ren sword. Brick. So that was his. So,
I didn't get that until now.
Yeah, so that's why he was dressed like that. Before we took the picture, though, there was another game. Do you remember the next game? So the team was.
This is another second game.
Myself, Maria, Haley, Brick, and Harold.
Yes.
And it was a relay.
Hi, Brick Toad.
It was a relay. And so there were 4 stations set up around the convention center. The first station, Haley was doing it, and it was you had to stack
20 heads,
20 minifigure heads,
all facing the same way.
And then after you do that, you tag your partner. So Harold runs to the next station, and
he goes,
and he has to shoot down 6 minifigures with the Nerf gun. And so basically, it was like they set up a whole bunch of minifigures there, and you just have to knock.
Oh, okay, so it's not like 6. Okay, just get 6. Oh, no wonder that other guy did it so fast. I thought he was a sharpshooter.
No, he just.
I mean, not that I probably would have any luck doing 6.
And then the next one was my turn. I think I slowed down the team. And it was the poly build mock. I had to build
the tiger.
I had to build the tiger.
And it had lots of little pieces, but like again, the first team ahead of us, like their guy got the 6. Like I thought Haley was.
No. Yeah. But we can call her Haley.
Okay, Haley Bricks. She did her head really fast, and No More Bricks was okay.
I think we should have had Haley do the poly build.
Maybe I should have done the heads.
And I should have done the basketball. Basketball was the last one.
But the basketball wasn't even like a basketball. So okay, so he did the tiger poly bag, but the team before us, the one whose guy shot really quickly for his team, they were finished really quickly too.
The poly bag?
Yeah, and then so they started to just. And what the last category was me now. I had to run to the other room at the pool of red bricks.
Hey, Ozzy.
And they had set a table with these like cups. It's like a cup this big.
It's a brick built.
Like
bucket.
It's even smaller, the entry, and you had to put 6 bricks in it. So really the strategy should be like bring a whole ton of bricks and just throw it in. But I'm like, well, nope. Then going, you know who's good? Mrs. String Cheese and Applesauce was good for this.
And that's the whole shooting with her too.
Yeah. So anyhow, we did not win that game, but it was fun.
It was fun.
I like those kinds of games. With tag your it.
Yeah. What else?
And then at Red Lake District. Oh, then we got our photo done with all of our sig fig looks.
Yes.
And then I had to leave with my children because then mystery night happened. I left you and Harold, but you guys didn't stay long.
Yeah, we were watching the Red Brick District, and they had 3 games they were playing. The first game was impaired speed build, and so they were speed.
But how impaired could you be? Like, did they actually check your alcohol level?
So what it was every time a few minutes would pass, they would say drink, and so they would drink, and then while they're building, I think they were building
not milk.
They were building the bird set.
Oh, okay.
The little bird set, and at the same time they were doing the live stream in the other room, in the brick show setup.
Yeah.
And I think String Cheese and Applesauce, Brick Smith, they were kind of, and Brittany for a while, they were hosting that.
Oh, okay.
And they were just having people come up, and it was cool. Actually, during the whole public day, the Brick Show was doing their live stream too.
Yes, yes.
And Chad was saying during the closing ceremonies that some people were actually watching the live stream while they were in line about to go in.
Oh, cool.
And one family even told Chad afterwards that they were watching the live stream at home with no intention of going to the convention.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, we're only a few
3 hours away.
A few minutes away. Let's just go. So it was a good, I guess, marketing tool in order
especially from the Brick Show's channel.
Yeah, in order to get people who are into Lego just to come to that convention who are in the Philadelphia area. So that was a good idea for them to have that. However, I heard next year they might have 2 streaming areas. They might have a Brick Show streaming area and then a YouTube streaming area.
Okay.
Just because it was hard for like the YouTube people just to kind of go.
Hi, can we please sit with
and
you
and
do our live stream? We're called Full of Brick.
Yeah, Full of
We're
Brick.
shy.
So that was that. What else? Oh, so another thing that was happening
I know. I heard that you just said on the Fat Boys. I want to sit back on the Fat Boys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another thing that was happening was String Cheese and Applesauce kept on strategically placing his business card on everyone's mocks. And we're like, what's this? And then String Cheese like,
but I still don't get it. I still don't get this business card thing. So your business card will say that you
your YouTube channel
have a YouTube
so people
channel
will check out your YouTube
and
channel.
you'll subscribe and
yeah. I guess it's also like a souvenir too. Like some people like baseball cards, they'll collect YouTube cards maybe too. But so a bunch of us during Red Brick, the people who weren't participating in the games, we decided to do a little trick back on String Cheese and Applesauce with the Big B splats. So we had a whole bunch of Big B splats on us because Big B kept on throwing splats everywhere. Especially on top of.
He's a good guy. He just donut.
He was buying donuts for everyone. Donuts.
I didn't have any.
And so we were probably like 5 Big B splats strategically placed around String Cheese's mock. Plus, we were putting all these billboards of Harold. I think Harold went around the whole convention grabbing business cards of the vendors and then stuck them all on String Cheese.
Oh.
But I heard one of us who were doing it was nice and took everything down. So before String Cheese, not me. I wanted to see String Cheese's reaction.
I totally was not there.
So that was fun. And none of us were even liquored up.
Big Rick Machine also said I put my YouTube business cards in random places too.
We met Big Rick Machine, and I sort of remembered, but Maria didn't know that Big Rick Machine are 2 people.
So it's Big and Rick.
And Rick Machine. So, and they were very cool. I think it was Saturday, and they said hi. And I actually saw Brick Toad there too. And Brick Toad was with his parent. And Brick Toad gave me his sig fig.
That's cool.
And
yeah, how many sig figs did we get?
You want me to show them now?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not having news you can use this today, right?
I have news, but maybe I'll put it for next week.
I didn't go to the gym today. I need to go to the gym. We had a huge Mother's Day lunch.
Okay, so here's my bag of sig figs. And I actually had them on micro sig fig bridge, like the brown bridge that's in Smallville. So let's see who we have here. So the first one, so this guy here is Brick Toad, and he has that cool Hawaiian shirt. He has the cool brown spiky hair. So that's Brick Toad.
Brick Toad.
Here is Howie Stuff.
I know. I like his.
He has the Superman torso. He has cool hair. I don't know how he did that.
Is that a Lego face with a goatee?
Yeah, it's a real Lego face. It's not custom.
Oh, Howie. They really know how you look like.
Howie. This guy here with
maybe it's like silver marker, Nick.
Yeah. This guy here with the red toolbox is Bricks in the Tank.
Bricks in the Tank.
And this was the first time I met Bricks in the Tank. He's cool. He had a nice fleet of vehicles set up. So his wife is really nice as well.
Yes.
There was a cool moment where Spencer Park showed up.
Yeah.
And he got a cool, we'll call it a backstage pass because he was like walking around. And then I had a, I think it was Bricks for, I think it was Bricks in the Tanks. His wife took the photo of me and Spencer Park, and so that was cool. So that's Bricks in the Tank with Dada and Riley's, and also Kevin F's face, and Emmett's hair. I'm not sure what torso that is. Could be mechanic. Speaking of a mechanic, we got the Brickanic, aka Sean. So that's a cool hair. And when I saw it, I'm like, how come your minifigure has a bald spot? So that's Brickanic, Haley's better half. So the Brickanic, I'm not sure what face that is, but it's a cool face. And even the torso and arms, it's very unique. It's a very unique minifigure. But he's not bald in real life. This is Harold's better half, Shutter Bricks.
Yeah.
So I think it's the archaeologist torso, I think. And then the nurse or the scientist face. That's that. When Maniac for Bricks came, he said, "Oh, I have something for you." And so he handed me another sig fig, and this is the one and only Pumpkin Bricks. So Pumpkin has now joined the group.
The Maniac for Bricks gave you Pumpkin?
Yeah, I think Pumpkin must have given Maniac for Bricks the sig fig to give me. This one here is Brick Jams.
Brick Jams, what a great couple too.
So Brick Jams actually wore a shirt like this on Dressed Like Your Sig Fig.
With his tool belt and everything.
Tool belt. So that was very accurate too. And I think he's on Instagram more so than YouTube. It's not focusing.
They had to build their mock then and there because they actually had it packed over and then it came in a million pieces.
Yeah, they were set up right beside us, right beside me. And his mock was actually a house.
No, Pumpkin wasn't there.
No, he wasn't there.
Kelly.
So his mock was the house he's working on in real life.
He's a contractor, it's from Panama Beach. Panama City.
It's huge. It was a big draw because people would see it and then come towards it and then see
the proportion isn't minifig scale. It's almost like a WWE wrestler action figure scale.
Yeah.
Not quite Ken and Barbie.
It's actually a good scale for Rocky Raccoon, for Tristan's Rocky Raccoon, which is right there. Because I stuck it up on his, and I've had him as a sniper, and it was pretty funny. And this last one is Bricksomniac. I think he's from Miami. Is he Miami?
Yeah,
it's in Florida.
He was a good guy. Quiet.
He's funny. When I first got there, and he's like, "Hey," I'm like, "Hey," I didn't know who he was because I've never seen him. It was never a face reveal. And then he's like, Bricksomniac. Like, oh, Bricksomniac. So I'm like, "Hey, how are you doing?" Because I didn't he was just like a guy who just came up to me.
Yeah.
And so he gave me his sig fig, which is cool. So all these guys are gonna go on a sig fig bridge. I'll do a video for that.
So fun.
And then
in Canada now.
I guess we can show some swag while we're
swagging.
We also got our brick badges. So last year the color motif was red. So this year
it's not red.
Blue. And so here's the brick zappers. So on the front it says, will it focus for us? There. Philly Brick Fest, April 28th to May 1st, 2016. Whereas last year it only said Philly Brick Fest 2015. So here we have the actual date. And then you get Two Blood, you get Brick Zapper. And so she was wearing this. I actually had mine, and I stuck BrickFet Toronto on mine too. Because the idea for a lot of these things is you're supposed to start adding, whenever you go to a convention, you just keep adding and making it longer for different conventions that you go to. And then, so some people you'd see, they display their badge on their mock, and it would be like 2006, 2007, and it would be like Brick Fair Virginia, Brick Fair, and all these long sort of things. Inside each of our bags, we also got a torso that had this torso.
Philly BrickFest.
And so now I have a brick adjuster. I found an extra head and hair because I didn't have torso. So that's brick adjuster now.
Whew.
Brick zapper. I had found another head and hair too. And I changed.
And I thought I lost myself. Did you?
No, it's in my little stash.
You have stashes of me? And I can't.
So I changed the pants. Originally the pants are just the bright or just the regular blue. I gave us dark blue to make it jeans. And then Big T, he makes this face sometimes. So I chose this also. He sometimes makes this face when you're like
all the time.
And so this is actually a yellow Big T because his regular Big T's are flesh color.
Yes.
And a yellow little Buscus. I just have to get a bone for him. So this is our family now going to Philly Brickfest. That's cool.
That is cool. Make me want to take a photo of it right now. And we all match. We're all jaundiced.
We're not adopted anymore.
We didn't kidnap our children.
Here are the badges. So last year the badge was black. Yes. I think it was sponsored by Clone Army Customs.
This year
it's yellow with a
and sponsored by Bricks for Kids, which is actually a Lego camp. And I had Tristan try this Lego camp here at University of Toronto.
Oh, they have?
Yeah, Bricks for Kids.
We learn, but I guess it's we build, we play.
I think it's a franchise, right? Like you just buy it and like you follow their licensed stuff.
Here is my garbage can army. So I can add this to my garbage can army.
Yes.
Okay. And Harold got me something.
What? More love toys.
So now he's like, so now you don't have to buy the set.
Oh.
Because it's this big set that came with Captain Phasma, and he had the second one. So he's like, here.
How come he has these? How many sets of this did he buy?
It's a really big set with the first order transporter.
Yeah.
It's like the big one.
Oh, but no senior handle, huh?
No, but Captain Phasma. It only comes with a dark head. Captain Phasma.
Oh, that's cool.
You get Captain Phasma. You get like a bunch of stormtroopers, but this is like the main draw of that one.
I see.
And then this ninja, this orange or yellow ninja will go.
Was it in the first order?
No, this one was from.
I drew her. It's Zukin.
That's the set that Tristan was building combined with a friend set.
Oh, okay.
So we can.
And he just gave these to you because he knew you wanted them?
I don't know.
That's also from Ninjago.
Oh, Tristan won another event. I forgot to put it down. He played Brick Wars.
Yeah.
Which
again,
is
we didn't know he won.
Weird Dungeons and Dragon kind of game. So all the K-Falls were playing it, or T-Falls were playing it.
Yeah.
And he actually won. So he won this set for playing Brick Wars. Then afterwards, a whole bunch of them, a parts draft with another set, a Star Wars set. And so he got this from the parts draft. He's like, do you want this? I'm like, sure. And plus a lot of joints. So he wanted a bunch of joints.
Okay. That's good.
Here's a couple more.
Why did you want these two guys?
No, that came in your garbage can.
Oh.
Bricks for Chris.
So many minifigs.
Bricks for Chris.
Minifigs, gold.
Yeah, so that's that. Here, you want to show this, right?
This is a brick butt that we all got in our bags, and when
so
you
got
build
two
it,
whites
so this is
and
white.
2 blacks.
Yeah, so hence none of the red or yellow.
So they had red, they had dark gray, they had light gray.
And this is essentially how they look formed. Very cute. I like how they did these eyebrows, wands. Yeah. Gives them an expressive nature. One thing I have to what long driving is I got to listen to 2 audiobooks.
Oh, you finished 2 whole ones?
Well, one on the way there, I think I would finish like 80% of it, so I just kept on listening to it whenever I had free time. And then the second one was actually recommended by Andrea. So I read it, the Cinder, which is a great book. So I'm waiting for book number 2.
I went to
Oh, his one eyebrow is missing.
Oh, okay. I went to
So this is what we bought at the convention.
Eclipse Graphics, and so I saw this last year, but I didn't pull the trigger. And then online I saw it still.
And this is not your Father's Day gift.
And online I saw it still, and I was gonna get it, but then I thought if they show up at Philly Brick Fest again, if I buy it there, I won't have to pay for shipping. So I decided maybe I'll just wait. And it's called Dead Inside, but really it's The Walking Dead. And so
I even love their little packaging.
we have Michonne over here.
Awesome.
Which is a cool. I haven't opened it yet. I'll open it for when I do my haul
made using
video.
genuine Lego parts armed with brick arms.
And then we got Rick.
Oh, they don't have their names.
No, they're just called
Dead Inside.
because it's copyright.
Dead Inside.
So on their website, it's even like they have funny names for them, like not the actual names, but that's who they're supposed to represent.
You either become a zombie or you become
Like I think
dead
this is
inside.
called the Archer or something.
Oh.
But really, this is Daryl.
I don't think he looks Daryl. He looks too cool.
Oh, look, it's
no,
just
you know
because his
who
face
I feel
is
like this guy
wild.
looks like? He looks like he's from The Sun, the guy from One Tree Hill. He looks like him instead.
Hmm.
You know who I mean?
Yeah,
The young guy?
this is Carol. And I think Carol comes in alternate face without the mud. So
Like,
you can flip Carol's face around without the
Oh,
mud.
I see. Are these torsos like Lego torsos or they're still custom? Because
They're
I feel like if there's a Daryl, shouldn't he have like
Custom
his
print.
leather
the leather jacket.
jacket with the angel?
Maybe it has an angel on the back.
I don't know. Because then I feel like, yeah, I don't know. He looks.
This is
un-Daryl-like.
Carl. And then we have a Morgan with the hood and the
Why
staff.
is Rick so cheap?
I
and
think
not
'cause she
muddy?
has double face, maybe double printed face.
Hmm.
But what was I gonna say?
Yeah, we bought
I
it.
didn't get Tyrese, and there was another one.
Next year.
Yeah.
Because the US dollar was no fun for Canadian dollars.
Well, the guy Victor, the guy who does this, his name is Victor. He was saying that next year he might try to make a Negan and maybe even a governor. Negan with Lucio.
Yeah, I like Michonne. Michonne's cool.
That's not mud. Oh yeah, it's blood, I guess.
You know.
It's zombie guts.
Hmm.
But let's just say it's mud. All right, so next, we only got one shirt. So these shirts were
No, we
$5.
got 2.
No, from this. The Brick
Oh,
Builders.
yeah. So they were selling it $5 for us private AFOL viewers. And I love this print.
So we wanted to get shirts for our Full of Brick episodes, so we can wear this one week.
Oh, that is
And
nice.
there are other ones I want to get,
I hurt you.
but by the time I want to get them, they're already closing down because I forgot about them.
But there was some like rumor saying they're going to sell shirts for $1. We're like, what? No.
So
But $5 is great.
I want to.
Given what's the contrast? Show that one. Other one.
So I wanted to also get. There's the skeleton one.
I wish these came in dry fit.
The pirate skeleton,
I would buy this in dry fit so I can run with it.
and then
Yeah.
Johnny Thunder was cool.
I also like the one with like it looks like a baseball shirt, but it's like someone carrying.
Yeah.
But that's actually from Philly Brick Fest people.
Yeah.
And they sold their shirts for $15.
So I was telling Clutch maybe next year, hopefully the 2016/17 cycle are going to be really good, and then we'll get the updated ones because they're still making shirts. Each month a new shirt comes
Oh,
out,
yeah.
and now Clutch is in charge of the shirts. So
Did you buy any shirts, Andrea, Jeremy?
Yeah, they were on a stream. Jeremy was wearing the blue,
Oh, okay.
the blue shirt.
So I really like these shirts too. They caught my eye. I like black shirts. I like black shirts, and I cannot lie.
So this is cool. It has all bunch. It's a minifigure head, and it has just names of Clutches here, Stud, Lego, Blind.
Stay creative. Craggle.
So that shirt, and then we got this shirt. So basically, 3 more shirts to add for our cycle of what we're going to be wearing.
So we actually don't look like we're not washing them.
So now we have the black Brick Adjuster and Brick Zapper shirts, the white ones. We got last year's red. We got this year's red. This shirt, that shirt, and then we can also wear our scrubs once in a while.
And maybe there's some days where we might even throw in just a regular outfit for the fun of it. What else?
We got, oh,
I don't know this.
This also came in our goodie bag.
Oh.
The Friends poly bag.
Even the Mixel?
No, remember Tristan got this from Emily? Emily bought him that.
What?
Didn't know about that?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know you, Emily.
We're like, where'd you get that? She's like, oh, Emily and He's like, oh, Emily and I bought that. We're like, with what?
What money?
You mean Emily?
Finger swap deal?
You mean Emily bought
my
that?
Goodness.
So we got.
I didn't know we got these.
These came in the
Are they different?
That's different.
Oh.
So we got.
Where's the hair that Tristan got for me?
Oh, I stuck it in my hair collection. And we got this one.
Seriously, Tristan. Thanks, Emily.
So thanks, Emily, if you're watching this. Tristan was able to get more joints.
We're going to bump into Volley and Balling. I think we're going to lose our viewers.
It's all right.
According to Nick, our motto is screw it, just do it.
Screw it, just do it.
You're so full of brick.
And then we got
magazines.
4 Blocks magazines.
So from the custom build people, I really wanted to get this guy who is the tattoo artist, but like I didn't really know what to do with him.
Oh, I didn't know you wanted to get that.
Well, I did.
I wanted
to
get after I saw Bubba have Mr. T.
Wanted Mr. T.
But then I saw The Walking Dead and I bought The Walking Dead.
Well, I'm sure they'll have it next year.
Yeah.
We'll do it next year. We'll save our money. We won't buy so much Lego this year, so we can buy more minifigures next year.
Okay, so
But isn't he cute? I love him.
Where am I now? In my notes.
So you had the red light district, which we didn't go to, and you went home early.
Okay, so
then we
day 4. Day 4. Hey, Dad and Riley.
Cute. Hi. Happy Mother's Day to Sam.
Hayden had so much fun with Riley.
Oh my gosh, she's such a sweetheart.
Yeah, Riley. What was the thing where
Riley was like, I gotta play a lot this year with Hayden because next year I might not like him so much.
What was the thing you said that Riley was like this?
Oh yes, at the end I got her like a small friend set, and I don't know whether she thought she was gonna get in trouble from her parents for accepting a gift, but she was so cute. Anyways, so cute.
Okay, so day 4 came and went, but then it was the award ceremony. And so a lot of us were nominated. So so how it worked was there are all these different categories.
So day 4 is still the second public viewing, but shortened hours.
So there are all these different categories, and Carter Baldwin, which is the master builder who builds everything, he nominated 4 mocks under each category. So they had all these different categories. Yeah. And so what he would do, he would put a colored brick in front of your mock.
But we didn't know what the categories were. Like it wasn't really.
Well, we knew what the categories were, but we didn't know what the colors.
Yeah, color block with whatever. So
they were put on these big antennas, and then while the public were going around, they'd be like, "Oh, what are these?" So our whole row of Tublug, basically almost every mock was nominated, and so we had all these different colored bricks around our whole thing. So Tristan actually won an award. He won for his Avengers mock. Yeah. And he won best superhero, which is cool.
Who was he up against? Like they didn't.
He was actually up against Howie. Oh, he just broke it. So what actually happened was when Tristan got his award, he came running off the stage and he just did what Maria did right now. And,
to yours.
And broke the. Yeah.
Sorry.
And broke the award.
So again, we got the Rocky. So this is Tristan's best superhero. So there were added categories this year. Best superhero being one of them.
Yeah, there was no best superhero last year.
No. So we were proud of our Tristan. But he brought a lot of his dolls. I don't know if they're gonna stay in build now that the show is over. Or
Well,
is he just gonna...
He's probably gonna bring them to
BrickFest.
BrickFest Toronto.
Yeah, so for anybody who's interested, BrickFest Toronto, and no, we're not part of the organization, but it's Toronto, and your dollar goes a long way here in Toronto. It is this coming July. I'm sure there's a website date for it. Yeah, Nick?
It is, yeah. I haven't signed us up yet.
$1 US is $1.30 Canadian.
So I won for best micro mock, and so this is the best micro mock, and it says best
I love
micro mock
these
there.
cute little...
And it's actually bigger than last year.
It is?
See the height different?
No. Oh, the black, the base.
The base. So
Because
last year,
why?
and last year's too, it's white on gray, where this year it's white on black. So it's hard to see the, try to see the category. So I think it's better with the black.
So how did they make it
base.
higher? They made it higher by putting another flat tile, and then this too. It's not so slopey. It's actually elevated.
It's the same design though for Rocky.
I love it. Okay.
But other things, so Harold actually won 3.
He's like the
Rockies. Beyonce.
Beyonce of this year.
That's what you guys were
And
saying.
Andrea is like Taylor Swift.
Why is Andrea Taylor Swift?
Because Taylor Swift also won like her first Grammy, she won, like so many,
Oh.
and Andrea like won 2.
So Harold won for best space, best mech, and best collab. And
I thought you were gonna say best new artist overall of this year is.
Hey Howie stuff.
Hi Howie stuff.
So so he was in a collab with Mike from Three Brick Friends, Kevin F, Haley,
Yes.
Patrick, and supposed to be Zany, but Zany couldn't come. But they won for their Bone Circus.
Bone Circus,
And
Horror Circus.
Mike took home the prize, but I heard that he contacted the company that made the plates, and I think it might have been Minifigs FX, maybe.
Okay, and they can.
And so they're gonna
create-
send, and then they're just gonna get the pieces themselves.
They're going to FedEx all the Rockies all over, and they share it.
No, they're gonna build their own Rockies.
Oh, okay.
I think
Not 2 months for you, 2 months for you.
Clutch might give them the instructions,
nice.
and they can make all they need. It basically is that plaque that says best collaboration. So they won for that. Andrea won best friends mock for her Heart Lake Water Park, so that was cool. And Jeremy and Andrea won best town for their Niceland apartment, or Niceville. We can call it Niceland or Niceville.
Nice.
Rubric won for best castle for his haunted house that he alone and unafraid. So it's really cool rock work.
Really cool.
It was funny because for longest time he'd be coming up to me and saying, "What does the white brick nomination is?" So Rubric and I would go around looking for other rocks that had white brick.
Competition.
We found another one. It kind of looked like Rubric. It had the rocks coming up. It was like a house.
Yeah.
But Rubric won for that.
I wish Rubric's was like in a Lazy Susan that just circulated, because
Did
you really needed to see the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like it was amazing.
Did you see Harold's last video where he gives Rubric the Prince of Persia set?
I did, and then he did his thing with his hair, and
he looks like Prince of Persia. And
who's that actor's name?
That's Jake.
Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal or something. And Talk won for best Philly mock, and it was for the Eastern State Penitentiary.
That was very good
That
too.
was really nice. Bubba Bricks won.
Everybody was very good.
Bubba Bricks won for best Glow Zone.
Yes.
And it was his bowling. That was
very cool.
And Modern Brick Tiffany won for best pirate ship. It was a Friends pirate ship.
Very nice.
So it's I took some footage of the award ceremony, and some of the people gave speeches. I didn't give a speech on mine, but Ian gave a speech.
Saying very sweet.
Saying that his dad is the best dad he's ever known. Mike gave a little bit of speech thanking everyone. Harold gave a speech.
You didn't speech, huh?
No. I'm not good with... Oh. And Tiffany gave a little speech. So
in the speeches, yeah.
And then after that, Bricks for Chris, he did a drop test. So this was a big shocker. All of us all of a sudden saw people putting down the tablecloth. The back tablecloth. And we're like, what? Bricks for Chris is gonna drop test his mock?
And he did.
So what was happening was he was going to give Brick Smith a ride home, but they needed room in the vehicle. And so Bricks for Chris was like, okay, you can build Lego again. And so he was going to demolish his SIG tower and just build it afterwards. But it was cool. There was a lot of YouTubers took footage of this,
And
different
some did
angles.
slow motion.
Slow motion.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. Another thing that happened was the scooter ban.
Yes. So we didn't really know the true details, other than I'm assuming somebody got hurt.
I heard one of the kids got hurt.
Is it kids who belong, who scooters it belong to?
I'm not
or
sure.
Or like a public viewer kid?
So we didn't let the boys bring their scooters.
We're like, do you want to bring the scooter or do you want to bring you?
Well, we were like, do you want to bring the scooter or do you want to bring the iPad? One thing was we weren't sure if it was going to fit with everything. Like, yeah, it could fit. But another thing was we were like, you guys are going to lose your scooters, because I can already imagine Tristan and Mason scootering.
Dropping it somewhere.
Dropping somewhere, doing something else. And we're going to be like, where's your scooter? And
I don't
like,
know.
I don't know. That's happened before. Like, where's your iPad?
It's happened before.
Where's your iPad, Tristan?
Yes, where's your
I don't
iPad,
know.
Tristan?
He's on his third iPad because...
This is his last iPad.
Yeah, he's lost his iPad or he's broken his iPad. So...
we were richer way back in the day.
So we didn't do the scooter thing, but yeah, we got the announcement of no scooters, and I know Brick Revolution took it very hard. He was very sad
He's
because
not coming next
he
year.
likes scootering around.
I was just running all over. That was the poor woman's way of scootering around.
And so I was even joking with Brick Revolution because he had to leave the next day, so he took his baseball stadium down. And he's like, oh, so you're taking your ball and going home, huh? He's like, yeah, I'm taking my ball and going home. But I was disappointed that some of the YouTubers who had awesome mocks didn't have a category for them, such as Brick Revolution didn't have a category.
For sports. It was amazing.
For his baseball stadium, which is awesome. And
Extreme
Bricks had this really cool
World War
II mock, and there was no category for that.
Yes.
So maybe next year there can be categories for something like that. Okay.
Or even Kelly's. Kelly's has her game. Like, you know how Lego came up with that game set just last month with the maze?
That could have
could be a game piece, you know?
Yeah, there could have been.
So that would have been amazing.
So going back to the hotel now. So before that, I guess it was a goodbye.
Everybody ate one place.
Well, before that, Andrea had her cool Polaroids.
Oh, yeah.
They're not called Polaroids. They're called Instant.
But really, they're called Polaroids.
But it's cool.
Way back if you were born in the
small.
70s and 60s, you know they're Polaroids.
So everyone was taking selfies. Yeah. I was taking selfies with my camera, but it was more video selfies.
And that's what's cool about the Philly Brick Fest. Really get to meet a lot of really good people. Like, everybody was amazing, you know? I had like a lot of really good conversations with many of them, and just to meet them face to face was quite the experience.
I was even telling people it kind of felt like a reunion, even though we've all met each other for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
It was just we've talked to each other online and just commented on other people's, like people on Instagram just commenting, and then actually meeting them face to face, and it didn't feel weird. It just felt normal.
Yeah,
it didn't feel awkward.
So again, like these conversations that we have maybe on a weekly basis with the stream, you know, like it's nice. Like, it brings the world closer to each other. I mean, let alone, you know, people from London coming and Norway coming to do all this flying, and maybe Australians are coming next year. Who knows? But you know, it's amazing how Lego bring people together.
Okay, so going back to the hotel. Oh, I guess we could talk about Cheeseburger first.
Yeah,
that's where we went next.
So we haven't tried Cheeseburger, and we love burgers. We love burgers after pizza.
So throughout the whole weekend, I'm hearing about this 1 pound burger at this burger joint.
1 pound.
And I was talking to Brick Smith, and he's like, yeah, it's pretty big. You might get the meat sweats if you try it. And I know that Bubba smashed, and that was the
two.
He smashed 2 of them.
So I think it's smashable.
And
that said,
and
like, there's
too.
Also a wall where if you do eat the 1 pounder, you get to be on their wall of fame.
You take your photo and you can sign your name.
I'm sure every month it changes.
Yeah, I think so. So the waitress comes up, and I said,
I'm going to try the 1 pounder.
And she seemed surprised.
Really? You?
I know. I'm like, I'm not that small. So they bring it to us.
And we were underwhelmed.
I was a little underwhelmed. I was expecting something big.
He wanted to get TJM.
TMJ.
TMJ.
I wanted to get some TMJ problems. I wanted my jaw to dislocate and try to get my mouth around this massive
like
burger.
a snake.
But it was short, but just wide. So I guess that's where the 1 pound, because I guess I was thinking if it was tall, it'd be hard to cook.
But even its wideness, though, isn't very big. I don't know.
I even had like cheese and bacon and egg.
You finish it in 10 minutes. Not even.
Yeah, I was eating slowly too. I was like taking a bite, and then I was.
I wonder. Well, that's the thing, right? Like if things get cooked, they weigh less, don't they? Because they contract.
I was even hungry afterwards. I was eating some fries.
I know.
Afterwards. But it was good. It was really good. Cheeseburger. And so they give you this big stuffed burger
to take a photo.
So Mason took a photo with me, and so I signed my name. I stuck it on the wall. Did a little Instagram photo for it too. So I want to try next time, maybe adding stuff to it to make it taller.
Can I have 2 pounder?
Put 2 patties on top of each other.
So I don't know.
It was cheap though. It was
it's a well-priced place. I just had the mega milkshake.
So it's good. I was afraid that I got gave me the wrong burger.
Yes, maybe they look at you like you're not a 1 pounder.
I thought they might have given me the
pounder.
So Kelly says
quarter pounder.
Kelly says it was underwhelming.
I don't know. Maybe as people from the north, we do eat moose and elk.
But I was thinking too. What I used to do when I was younger was, the Costco burgers.
Younger, like yesterday.
I'd put 2 patties together with me and to stack it really high. And so maybe I'm used to eating something like that.
Big-ish.
Okay, so after our meal, we went back to the hotel. And what happened at the hotel? You went to work out and do laundry.
So exhausted with the story. But yes, okay, yeah. So I wanted to do laundry again so that I didn't have to do laundry when we got home. It's like one less thing for me to do. And I don't know. I don't like traveling really with dirty clothes if I didn't have to. And it's amazing. Again, to tell. So I bring down our last bit of laundry, which is really the last couple of days, so that I can pack it all nice and put it straight into our closet when we get home. I get there and put in my $1.75, turn on the washing machine. Perfect. Went back upstairs to the room, got changed to go down. And I'm like, maybe while the dryer is on, since the other kids are already happy, I could go downstairs and wait for the dryer to dry, because that'll take about an hour. So I get down roughly before the 30 minutes is up, because that's how long, it gives you a timer how long the washing machine is on. And lo and behold, on the dryer was a sign, out of order. If that sign was there before I started my wash, I wouldn't have been a dum-dum to like start the wash, right? So I go to front desk. Why is there is there any other alternative for me to dry my clothes that's currently in the wash? And I understand night managers are probably there just to babysit the hotel when it's night. They don't really have much of a say. So this lady is like, oh, I didn't know that. Okay, first of all, if there's a huge sign like that, which is, again, part of the utility of your hotel, you should know if you are the boss of the night. For, I don't know, right? Either you give the dictation or someone who is maintenance puts that up and then gives you the dictation that the dryer is done. But again, for that sign to be there, knowing that the washing machine is on, like, who would do that? Who would do that? Who would do that? Any case, she was all about, oh, I'm so sorry, I apologize. I'm like, no, apology isn't enough, because I don't want to travel home with wet clothes. And she's like, well, I don't know how to use the other industrial size dryer that they use to clean our sheets. And I'm like, well, you better find someone to use, because this is on you guys. And again, dear Hilton, there is a sign on the side there saying, if we don't meet your satisfaction, your stay with us is for free. No, we did not get our stay for free. I mean, I don't really try to make much of a problem, and I know I'm going on a rant right now, but in any case, I didn't want to go home with wet clothes. And I'm like, it's 10 o'clock, tell me if my clothes are going to be dry, because I can run to Target and buy clothes. Yes. Oh.
What?
No, I saw Marie and Big T at the hotel lobby.
Oh,
I did see a girl in her bricks, and I did see the Kelly family coming home, and that was me in the middle of my, there's no dryer. So in any case.
Was that after their dinner?
Yes, after the dinner. In any case, I'm like, well, the worst case scenario is I do put my clothes in the dryer, put my $1.50, and it works well, and this could be a prank by another guest. Or I put my clothes in the dryer, and we all go into flames. And this poor woman didn't know what to do. And I'm like, oh my God. So she's like, I'll call my manager. I'm like, yeah, please do. Because I feel like at my work, this is my write-up. I would write this up. This is what I do at work. So I go back to the laundry area, which is flanked by the gym and the pool, and actually building with Dad and Riley family and Brick Tank. and
Bricks in
wife,
the tank?
Bricks in the Tank, they were there swimming. So they're like, well, we did notice who we thought was a maintenance guy come in and he was smoking, which I'm like, ooh, I didn't realize it was a smoking hotel, but whatever. And so I relayed that information too, that I had friends in the swimming pool who noticed a gentleman with a smoking a cigarette, going into the laundry room, at which point the woman in the front's like, we don't even smoke here. So that was already like a weird thing. So I'm like, they're still working out. I put the washing in the dryer, turn it on, and everything seems to be okay. But I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep an eye on it. I take the sign and I give it to her, at which point she was on the phone with her manager saying, okay, the customer was able to put her wash in the dryer. But I was at this point going to stay with my dryer.
So it wasn't out of order.
It wasn't out of order. But she still didn't know who put the sign up there, right? So I go to the gym so I could keep my eye on the dryer, and this lady was there, and another guy comes in, and he was smoking too. So I'm thinking, if it's a non-smoking hotel, or if people find that smoking is already an odd thing, could the same guy, maintenance guy, be the same guy going to the gym? So I'm sure it was. And he had a huge duffel bag. He goes to the gym area, opens up his duffel bag, and brings out a boombox. For all you guys who does not know what a boombox is, it's to play music.
Yeah.
Before like iPhones or smaller thing. So he just cranks up his music, and I look at the woman who's on the treadmill, and I'm like, how long are you here for? And she's like, what's going on? So I kind of quickly tell her while the other guy steps out, and she's like, well, I can stay with you. I think she's addicted to working out as I am. I'll stay as long as you need me to stay. So she was very kind, but she's like, that's so weird. So in any case, I don't even turn on my music anymore because this man's music is blaring.
Was it good music?
It's okay. It's like workout music.
Okay.
So he comes in, and honestly, like from the pool area, and he was still smoking. So I think it's like electric cigarette.
Oh, Vape Nation.
I don't know, because we don't really, I don't know where it went after. So she was giving, like the other lady was giving me like the weird looks. Like, why is he in the gym and smoking? But the cigarette disappeared, and then he started to do weights right behind us from the treadmill. So at which point, like, I'm going to make sure that I'm aware of what's going on. Yeah. Right? Like, I mean, he was lifting heavy. He was like lifting like 30 pounds, like bicep curls. I could only do 20. So in any case, he was there for all of 7 minutes. The lady thankfully was, still working out and everything. And she was fine staying with me. And then he leaves and goes across, which is just at the pool area, and proceeds to like undress as if he was going to work out. And we could like see him straight. And we're like, what's he doing? Because we're like, I don't know. Anyhow, so his music was still playing. He still doesn't remove his stuff. He was in the other room in the swimming pool. And then he disappears. It's like he leaves the pool area, but he doesn't come back into the gym area. So I'm thinking there's only one place he had gone into, which was the laundry. So I jump off my treadmill and I go into the laundry, and he opened the dryer. And I'm like, hello, can I help you? And he's like, oh, sorry, I'm looking for towels. Okay, who there opens up a working dryer? I don't know. I'm like, you're in a hotel.
Maybe that's where he keeps his towels.
So I'm thinking, oh my God, do you own Hilton? And this is like what you do? Like you expect like your towels to be in the dryer? I don't get it.
Why did you put your wet clothes in his towel
I
closet?
don't know, because there were wet clothes that needed to be dried. Anyways, He's like, oh, okay, I'm going to just ask front desk for more towels. So as he's walking to the front desk, I follow him. And so front desk woman had like some towels there, and then he kisses her on the cheek, at which point my brain's like, oh my goodness, he is familiar with her, right? Like, and then he turns around and goes, please don't tell her I'm a creep. And I'm like,
you are.
So at this point, like me and the other lady, we walked to the front desk and relayed the conversation to that, on top of the dryer out of order sign, this man was trying to get into our clothes, at which point our clothes fall out. So night manager now has another night manager to take over. And I feel like second night manager has better reception to my story because she's like, oh my gosh, like, like more of the, not just, I'm sorry, like, wow, that's weird. Yep. No free room stay, no free laundry, just the free Tide Pod that everybody gets anyways. Yes.
So then.
And then my clothes dried.
You saw, but you said you saw Bubba.
I did. So at least he was there to like sort of hear my second relaying of the story to the second night manager.
Yeah, Bubba wanted to find this guy.
I wanted to find this guy. No, he's actually.
You said he was like, "Where are you okay?"
Yeah. It's just like I wouldn't have started my wash if that out of order sign was there in the first place. I wouldn't, But if I had wet clothes, I didn't want to go back home with wet clothes. But yeah, it's interesting the people that you, I guess, can run into the hotel. That was my happy that there is laundry, not happy that there is laundry. It makes me want a laundry. I don't know. Yeah, that was my end of the story. Went to bed with nice, clean, dry clothes.
Yeah. Oh, last bit of stuff we got. We did get something from the last raffle.
Oh, yeah. So the end of night raffle actually a lot more generous, I guess.
Big sets.
Yes, big sets.
And so
what was the biggest set that they were giving up? Were they giving the Parisian restaurant? Oh, they gave out that. The Avengers.
Yeah, the Avengers helicopter. Helicarrier.
Yes.
And so I got this. Big T was happy because he likes the joints. And so he can't wait to use the joints for this. And we got one of these guys, Pink Bucket Nation.
Wow, it's loose.
Yeah. So I guess whenever
I can't wear it like Napoleon.
we don't have an excuse now for not wearing our pink bucket hats, but we only got one each. But that's that.
Did you have a good time?
I had a great time. It was fun.
So this year too, we stayed an extra night because we didn't want to drive.
Yeah,
dead tired.
Last year we left right after closing ceremonies, which I guess would have been 7 or 7:30.
Yeah.
Left right away, so we didn't even get to say goodbye to everyone.
Yeah.
And we were falling asleep at the
terrible.
At the wheel.
We're going to pit stops, the truck pit stops, just to like stop, but then we get scared.
This year ahead of time, we're like, okay, we're gonna spend the extra night, leave the next morning. So we left around 10:15.
We also went to avoid the morning traffic.
Yeah, because we saw the rush hour going on. But yeah, we were able to say goodbye to everyone, which is cool. And it was just a long goodbye. People were just taking pictures with each other.
And they even had a longer goodbye because they all had dinner together.
Yeah, I think they went to a restaurant.
A pub.
Was it a Chinese restaurant?
No, it was a pub.
Okay. I heard that they were Howie, since you're in the comments, I heard Howie was trying to do the old Irish goodbye that Big B did, where Big B just kind of snuck away because he's good, he's bad with the goodbyes with the kids. I was able to see Big B when he left though, and so I said goodbye to him. And so Howie was doing the same thing, I heard, but they waited down in the lobby for Howie because they're like, eventually Howie's gonna come down to eat dinner. So they waited for him, and then they all went out for dinner, which is cool.
Yes.
But
yeah,
it was
we didn't
great.
want to do the extra goodbyes too. I know you'd be reduced to tears.
I wanted to try cheeseburger. And I think Brickstar was going to go.
I know. Brick was like, we're guys eating cheeseburger. Oh, I want to go. But he also went with them.
Yeah, he went with them.
Again, such a great guy. And his son, yeah, thank you so much, Jacob, for playing with my kids.
Everyone was pretty down to earth.
Very good. Cool. Yeah. So definitely there for 2017.
This is what Jacob made, actually. With Tristan. And so he made this.
Jacob is.
They might be bricks. So he made this cool motorcycle that transforms into a hover.
Cool.
But eventually I'm going to take this apart for the parts. But that was cool. And I think Tristan was making something too in all this rummage of pieces.
It is brick immersion for real.
Oh, this somehow ended up in our bag.
Oh, so fun!
This is Harold's.
Thanks, Harold. We haven't drank it yet. We can't drink it because this is in memory of Harold.
If you're looking for this, Harold, if you're watching this later.
He gave it to me.
Oh, did he give this?
Yeah.
Because I was telling Harold that Maria was asking who this was for, and she wanted to drink it, and he's like, "Oh,
it'll tickle your innards."
So this is we don't have this in Canada.
We don't have this here.
Dew Shine. So I guess this is Mountain Dew, but just in a bottle. So you can bring this to work and drink it with Susan or something.
And that's it. And then the next day I went back to work. Did I go back to work? I did. Yeah. No, I did. When was my day off?
Tuesday.
My day off was Thursday.
So next week we'll show the whole hauls, I guess. With the Disney minifigures. We have a whole bunch of things to show for that. We have the monthly mini builds I want to show. We got the first order generals that I got. You saw that on Instagram, right? I got a bunch of those, 3. We'll show that next week, just because we're going past 2 hours now.
Where's the Instagram? What? What for general?
You didn't see that.
What are you talking about?
At Toys R Us, they had.
When did you go? When did you go?
They had these guys. I'll show a little sneak peek, but they got these guys, the first order generals. If you spend over $25 at the Lego store, and so I got.
When did you go?
I'm in Lego store at Toys R Us.
Today?
No, so I got a bunch of these guys.
Ah!
A bunch of
Wait, so you had to spend how much?
25. And so
So 2 of those and then 1.
basically,
Oh.
So I got
When did
6.
you go? 2 days ago.
But we'll show that next week.
I clearly do not stalk my husband on Instagram.
All right. So thanks everyone for tuning in to our long Full of Brick recap.
It's not alcoholic. I don't think it's alcoholic.
I think it's just Mountain Dew.
I think it's just in a cool container.
Yeah, I think it's just pop. Okay, so we ran a little long.
I've never tried it. Port City Bricks says they don't like it.
Oh. We ran a little long. Usually this is 1 hour, but it went 2 hours and 10 minutes or so.
So that we don't have to keep on doing the Philly Brick Fest live stream.
All right, so let's see everyone in the comments who. So
thank you so much for building Dada and Riley. Oh,
Harold's there.
we're still live.
Harold, did you give us this or did we sneak away with it?
No, he gave it to me.
Did we? Did you give this to Maria or did it end up?
He gave it to me.
Because we have 2 of them now. Mountain Dew.
Because I drink a lot. Oh my gosh.
What?
No, I was gonna tell them I was gonna starve myself for this week for the wedding, but we'll see.
Oh, when's the wedding? Next weekend?
21st is the first one, then the 27th.
All right, thanks, Patrick, Building Anata, Kelly, Big Rick Machine, No More Bricks, Port City Bricks, Howie Stuff. Who else was on? Everything is Awesome TV, Bubba,
Spirit Particles.
Spirit Particles, Minifigure Collector,
Our Toy World.
Our Toy World TV, Our Toy World RTW. Destination Bricks.
For dinner.
Destination Bricks. Brick Toad. And I think that's Ozzy who just said oi. And I think that's everyone. I think. I'm just scrolling all up. Oh, Mr. Bones Bricks. And Brick Maniac. Brick or Treat, Mini Bricks, Jim Dittmeyer, who I've never seen on our stream before. And I think that's it. All right. So next week.
Okay. Because
Why?
I tickets for Mother's Day to Kinky Boots, the broad show.
What time's that?
To
Maybe we'll do that.
We'll see.
Easy. Thanks. Oh, this is Nick. And
Maria.
thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye. Happy Mother's Day.
Bye. I missed like 3 minutes of Big Brother. I don't know.